Hey guys, I'm trying to be quiet. They're doing a news interview in the front of the studio. I'm trying to be really quiet. Merry Christmas, everyone. Candy Thunder is being interviewed by the news. Ashley. Okay, I think I can actually speak now. Yeah, so we actually have a local news station here doing an interview about Mission Protect the Cake. So, heck yeah. Do you want me to whisper throughout the whole stream? Kathy Joe says, is she a suspect? I said Candy Thunder's being interviewed by the news, and somebody said, is she a suspect? Yes. Yeah, there you go. Probably both. Probably both, Lady Van Landingham. My goodness. You're on both the naughty and nice list? I mean, I guess that's possible. Hey, Little Red, Carol, Thane, Chelsea Stevens, Andromeda Amber, Elizabeth Schultz, Chelsea again, Valerie Shadowcat, thank you so much for the love there. Greatly appreciate it. Little Red, I see you there as well. Starting off with a goal of 3K lightning bolts to get Candy Thunder up here on the stream. She's already been in front of the camera once today, so that's great. Ashley says, okay, I thought he and Tony got into a T-Swift fight with someone. I mean, it's not outside of the realm of possibilities here. Elizabeth hoping to be on the naughty list. There you go. We got a lot of naughty list people here. My goodness. Bella, yes, only on TikTok today. Only on the TikTok Wednesdays. Bex, 232 days as a member of the Storm. That is madness. Madness. You don't think the gift goal is live? Oh, shies. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. Yeah, it's not. It said it was. It lied. Thank you for the heads up there. Now it should be. We should be good now. QAD depends on who you ask, Kelsey. Yeah, that's funny. Lauren, thank you for the heads up again. I've got it fixed up there. Sophia, by the way, got the gift. It's on the shelf here. I don't know if you can see it. There he is. It's the astronaut galaxy projector dude, but he's on a rover. It's amazing. Friggin' love it. Elise, nice list. Wasn't too terrible this year. There you go. Jennifer, watching videos on TikTok made you get on the naughty list. Hey, I believe that. I believe it. Yeah, by the way, we've got Anthony from KOM here today who is doing the interview and is going to be doing some B-roll during the stream too. If I can talk him into it, we'll pull him on camera here as well. Akaira, you probably nice, question mark, unclear, still have a few days. Yeah, Sophia, the note was amazing in there. Taking the sting away. Yeah, it does help. It does help. If every time the Chiefs lose to the Bills, it means we get a gift from you. Yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'd be singing too, get his reaction to some of the stories. Yeah, I'm not sure how long he's going to be here, but we'll definitely bring him in for as much as we can. It's going to be fun today. We've got some good stories lined up for us. QD, naughty or nice list. Where do you think you're going to? Oh, Joyful Stranger, the Titanic sub thing sent you straight to the naughty list. You know, we all have our things. Southern Country, Wolf Shadow, Coral, Piotr, Nickel, Minions Den, Chelsea Stevens, Stacey Day, Southern Country again, Piotr, Wonder Woman, Island, Janine, Penny, Jessica, Fane, Lauren B, Holly G, it's Kit, Honey Bear, Southern Country, M, Bella, Island 001 with the first gift. Thank you so much for that. Southern Country, Penn, M, Penny Haas, Sunrise Bubbles, Fane, Labook Dragon, Bebops. Heck yeah, Michelle Heather, see you there. Laura Victoria Bradle, Bella, Stacy Day, Lil Red. Thank you guys so much for the love. Greatly appreciate that. Debbie Dias, Piotr, Holly, Jill Talk, Andromeda, Amber, Vagina. See you there as well. Thank you guys for the love. Greatly appreciate it. And the shares here. Doodles Dragon, Gemma, Nikki. Thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate it. Vita, good to see you there. Hi. Just starting up here. Just starting up. Actually, make sure Tony doesn't discount us on stories this week because he doesn't want to party on Sundays. Penny, Sazarus, Tracy's Crystals and Creation, Sammy Baby Tammy, Aurora, thank you so much for the shares there. Greatly appreciate it. Combat Bear, yep, I hear it. Bella, thank you for the crown. Appreciate that. Danny, QOD, naughty for you and nice for the hubby because he's like a patient saint. Bella, Holly, Jill Talk, thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate the love there. Already on our way with 840 of 3K on the bulk goal here. We have a follower goal of, a subs goal of 700 today. We're already at 649. We go up and down a little bit as days go on. We're at 649. We hit the 651, so we went ahead and moved over to 700. Pebbles, SOS Flint, Jen Page, Blue Ghost, Bella, Nickel Tonkinson, Holly Jill Talk, Bella, Ella Louise Dove, Eba Lou. Thank you guys so much for the shares there. Greatly appreciate it. Let's get rocking and rolling here, shall we? Welcome to the stream today. Coming up, we have stories about roommate drama, sister-in-law gift drama, landlord disputes, relationship dinner dilemmas, baby present drama, dirtbag husbands, nosy husbands opening packages, spicy Christmas stories, petty revenge cake, and even a Christmas cake reward story. Heck yes. And again, our first goal today is 3K bolts to get Candy Thunder up here. We're already past 1,000 on that, so we're rocking and rolling. Today is a special live. We have Anthony from KOM News here, who did an interview with me, and then Candy Thunder talking about Mission Protect the Cake. Is back here filming a little bit of B-roll during the stream here as well. Don't forget, you can still support Mission Protect the Cake through the website at dusty-thunder.com. We have raised enough to do more than 200 cake kits at this time. We've got the first 24 put together as of today, and we're still trying to get our hands on some bulk products, so that's going to be flipping awesome. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam, subscribing for the first time. Glad to have you here. The Dusty Thunder podcast Christmas episode is out now as of Sunday. Hope you've had the chance to watch and listen to it. If you have, let us know what your favorite part was. There's a good 20-minute stretch of banter before we actually get into stories there, which is really cool. Don't forget, we have this going on today as well. The Wheel of Thunder is back today. We'll have the top 10 gifters plus 2 new members of the Storm, 2 existing members of the Storm. We'll go on the wheel. We'll spin it during the VIP live for at least a couple of winners. And as a reminder, today, no spoilers, please. If you've heard the story that we're getting ready to get into and you know how it ends, don't spoil it. You'll get your butt muted. It's not worth it. Just don't do it. So we're going to get started here. Before I do that, Anthony, you want to come on and say hi? I'm going to bring on Anthony from KOM News here. This is Anthony, everybody.
What's up? How's it going? Thanks, Dustin, for having me. Appreciate you.
How's it going, guys? Scoot you over here.
Oh, can I be seen?
Yeah,
right here.
Yeah. There you go.
How's it going? Oh my goodness, I love this. This is better than my setup of just a laptop.
This is the master control.
I love this. This is great. And you got, oh my goodness. How's it going, everyone?
Yeah, look, chat's already talking
to you,
man.
How's it going? Lexi, Sophia, Brandy, Lauren, there's so many people watching this right now.
Yeah, we're at 618 right now and climbing.
That's awesome.
627.
That's cool to hear.
We're rocking and rolling.
I'm just the reporter. So I'm on TV. He's got the cool job of TikTok. So this is great. I love this.
It's cool, man.
This is really cool.
Thanks for hopping on.
Sir.
Appreciate it, man. Anthony will be around for a little bit shooting some B-roll, so we'll try to do some really crazy stuff and give him some really good footage. We'll see what happens here. Hopefully we're not hitting one of the ultra realistic astronaut helmet goals while he's here, because some things are just too top secret to be shown on local television. You know what I mean? Yeah. Look at that. Candy Thunder already jumping into her mod role here and muting some people. We're getting some spam attacks here already, so that's cool. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and dive into our first story of the day here. We're going to be stories with Hurry. Dusty, how long have been in broadcast? Well, today we're just getting started. So we got started at 3. We've been on for like 10 minutes here. Kim, glad to see you here. Glad you're back. You've been missing the stories. We're back. Here we go. Okay, first story of the day is a follower submission. Followers who were using stories that they submitted today were alerted via email ahead of time. So if you are an OP and you want to claim your story, you know what to do in chat. Title of this story is, Am I the Astronaut for Wanting to Go No Contact with My Roommate with 6 months left on the lease? That would be complicated. I, 31 female, currently live with my best friend, 35 female, and her boyfriend, 27 male. My friend and I have lived together before he and she started dating. Sorry, read that wrong. My friend and I have lived together before, and she started dating her now boyfriend around 4 years ago towards the last year of our lease. He essentially moved into our apartment without either of them discussing it with me and lived there rent-free for almost a year despite having his own home. After the lease ended, we decided to not renew because I was still uncomfortable with how he lived with us for a year without ever contributing anything, and they wanted to live together. Fast forward, and we are all in situations where we needed roommates, and we decided to live together again, which I am now deeply regretting. Well, I mean, you regretted it the first time. You didn't want to do it again, so being forced into a situation that you were already uncomfortable with, yeah, we'll red flag that for you. This time around, I set hard boundaries of things I will and will not tolerate, and we discussed and agreed to them all as a group. Well, that's good. He said he understood he needs to take accountability, pay rent, clean up around the house, be respectful, and all the standard things that I would consider basic respect in a shared space. It has been 6 months of living together, and he has backslid on every promise he has made. Well, that sucks. Typically, my friend is the one to address the problems with him because he's her problem. But when they go unresolved, I need to step in and put a stop to it. Oh, you get to be the apartment mom. That's a fun job. He is your stereotypical silver spoon entitled rich kid and never considers how his actions affect other people. He is moody, and when he's in a bad mood, he takes it out on the whole apartment. He's either starting fights with my friend or he's sulking, dragging us all down. He has an elevated perception of self-importance, so all conversations with him consist of him mansplaining, telling you you're wrong, cutting you off mid-sentence, belittling things you care about, and one-upping everything you say. I'm going to run out of red flags here soon. He blames his immaturity and, in my opinion, shit personality on his upbringing, which, to be fair, he didn't have the easiest time, but uses it as a weapon for why he shouldn't be held accountable for his actions. He's absolutely miserable to be around. Full transparency, I have gotten into heated combos in the past with him because I just can't take the disrespect sometimes. I told him once it's not acceptable to leave his open, uneaten pizza on my sofa overnight after weeks of us cleaning up around him. He proceeded to be mad at me for 3 weeks. I've even found a bowl of half-eaten rice in the blankets of the sofa. This is like New Girl whenever Cece moves in and she's a slob and Schmidt just can't see it because he's in love with her, and everybody's like, Cece's a slob, she's a hot slob, she's a big fat slob. I hit my breaking point last week because over the past few months, he has done nothing but pretend that I don't exist. Like I walk into a room and we can go 2 hours sitting next to each other and he won't look up from his phone once to acknowledge my existence. He ignores me if I try to be civil and say hello and ask him how he is. I'm not trying to be his best friend. I'm trying to be civil for everyone's sake, but he does not consider it worth his time to even look at me. He's cut me off while I'm mid-sentence talking to my friend like I'm not there and completely changes the convos to exclude me multiple times. It all came to a head when my friend texted me saying their dog has a cancerous lump, so when I got home, naturally, I wanted to know what was going on. He ignored my existence per usual, not even looking up to see who walked in, so my friend and I started talking about her dog for about 5 minutes until he abruptly yells at me to stop talking about it. In the moment, I just sat there stunned that he yelled at me, but I ended up just getting up and leaving. I ended up crying because A, she's not my dog, but I love her, and I was upset to hear the news, and B, this guy can provide me with no human decency, and I'm treated no better than a piece of furniture in my own apartment. Furniture which he leaves half-eaten bowls of rice in. Important note. I've decided to just treat him the way he treats me for the past week and not acknowledge him and stay out of their way. My friend and I talked about it today while he was gone, and she said she did not see an issue with how he spoke to me that night, to which I disagreed. She mentioned he is upset and feels excluded, which honestly made me laugh because same. I explained why I felt so upset about it, and she asked if I'd be willing to talk to him about it. At this point, I just want nothing to do with him. I'm okay spending time I'm okay spending my time away from them in my room until the lease is up because I can understand why she feels in the middle. I know the mature thing to do would be to talk to him about it, but I'm just so tired of it and out of fucks to give about his personal journey to being a better person that's going nowhere. I'm not his mother. I'm not his girlfriend. I'm not his caretaker. I don't feel like it's my job to teach a grown-ass man how to be a decent human being when he's already treating me with zero respect. So am I the astronaut for wanting to go low to no contact? Hell no. No, this is, yeah, the roommate seeing no issue is probably the biggest red flag out of all of this. And yeah, it's because she's too close to it. She's Schmidt in this situation, right? She's too close to it. She loves him, so she's blinded to all of his flaws. Apparently, she's got the rose-tinted glasses on. The messiness is one thing. The being a disrespectful little shit of a child is a completely other thing, where this guy is willing to ignore someone's existence that he lives with, you know, like a sibling would do, just to be a jerk and to give someone a hard time. The fact that this person is still doing this. What are the ages again? Did we talk about ages? 27. He's 27. He's 27 years old, and he's still capable of doing this. We're going to talk a little bit more about it, but before I do that, we've got to give some thanks here because we hit our first bulk goal, which means we can have Candy Thunder jump up here and give her thoughts about this story as well. And that look on her face means she wasn't listening to the story, so we'll have to catch her up real quick here. But let's go ahead and do this real quick. Wolfie Shadow Fox leading the board there. Southern Country Prep Girl, Elise Newman, S. Weaver, Trisha G, Jenny Sue, Pam K, Fane, Ecliptic Angel, Lady Stormfly, Kit Loves Books, Valerie Shadowcat, Joyful Stranger, Sammy Baby, DJJM, There Diego, I Like My Dog More, Andromeda Amber, Lisa Barnett, Heather 8668, Debbie Diaz, Liam Wood 24 Tiff, Gabby Valencia, Piotr, J.I. Dragon RPA, Dawn Banks, Justina, Chelsea Stevens, straight out of AZ. Akai Ryu, Anita Dickens, I read it, damn it. Berlioz, Vagina, Ms. Abenick, Chasing a Butterflies, Holly G, Ali Franz, Holly Jill Talk, Sweet Evil, and Tanya Wembolt. Thank you guys so much for helping us get there. Greatly appreciate the love there. We're going to go ahead and get the next one set up, which is a holiday themed one. See if I can find it. There it is. Hopefully this one exists for everyone. We'll find out real quick. This one is going to unlock a Christmas cake reward story. Boo! We have 400 hot cocos, hot chocos. It's a hot cocoa, but it's called a hot choco. We have 400 of those as the goal to unlock the Christmas cake reward story. Sarah has officially naughty list 100. I see it. Okay, back to this story here. It is absolutely an NTA, and I can't imagine living with someone who is this childish and petty. The messiness is one thing. You've addressed it. Hopefully that gets better, but it's somebody who's childish enough to treat another human being like that and pretend that they don't exist, except to yell at them. That's unacceptable. And the friend ignoring all of this and pretending that it doesn't exist is the biggest red flag out of anything here. This person is going to cause this friend to burn every bridge with friends that she's got. It, again, is going to end up siloing her, is going to end up isolating her, is already probably gaslighting her into believing whatever shit version of reality he's got here. And he's got an excuse for everything, and he's blaming it on his upbringing. So this guy's going to be a peach to deal with. You are not an asshole for going low to no contact, even though you still live with these people. If the roommate, your friend, isn't willing to take any kind of action to prevent her boyfriend from treating you like shit, she's choosing to not be a friend to you as well. So survive the end of your lease and then get the F out of there. And your friendship with this person is probably over. Now, hopefully your friend will wake up and be like, oh, you know what? This really is terrible. Number one, why am I with this person? Number two, I'm so sorry that I allowed you to be treated that way. Before we bring Candy Thunder up here to give her thoughts, Tiffany, Jasmine, PJ, Sending their first gifts through Trisha as well. Cruel Intentions subscribed. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' Fam with us for month 7. There we go. We're at 651 of 600, 651 of 700, 651 of 600. Words and numbers are hard. Numbers are hard here too. Let's get Candy Thunder's thoughts on this. Ladies and gentlemen, Candy Thunder. I didn't hit the button. Oh my God, it's Candy Thunder.
Hi guys. I skimmed the story.
You skimmed it?
Yeah, there's like that episode of Friends where Rachel goes to like the night class it's like a book club or something with Phoebe, and she doesn't read the books, and then she steals Phoebe's answers. So I was trying to skim really, really quickly.
So, I mean, the short version of the story, well, you heard me talking about it.
Yeah,
So,
I did. And I saw the thing that stuck out to me was the fact that this guy left a bowl of rice like on their sofa in the blankets.
Yeah.
That's so nasty.
Half-eaten pizza, just laying there.
Yeah, we had this conversation before about where kids don't learn how to take care of themselves, or like that everything is done for them, so they literally have no idea how to survive, or like no idea how to just be a basic human being because they've always been pampered. And yeah, so here's your daily reminder not to allow your kids to do things for themselves.
Teach them to be. Are we lagging for everybody? Or Hunter Girl, if it continues for you, you might need to jump out of the app and jump back in. Yeah, it's probably a one-off thing, but this guy blames his dickheadishness on his upbringing. Said he had a hard upbringing, which would say to me that he wasn't spoiled into having people do everything for him. So,
but she said he had a silver spoon entitled rich.
Yes. So his blaming his really hard upbringing, even though he's a silver spoon rich kid, would be just bullshit.
I don't really know. This guy just sounds like an asshole and not a nice guy. I don't understand why the friend's with him if he can't even like do basic things like wash dishes, or I don't know.
Empty your food out in the trash. And
not leave rice in a bowl on the couch.
Yes.
Like that's just, I feel like you shouldn't have to ask somebody not to do that. And maybe it was just intentional to be a dick to somebody. Maybe. But yeah, that's
Do you like ants? That's how you get ants and mice. Leaving all kinds of food out like that.
Dustin gets something else that triggers Dusty is leaving food out in the house. He gets
not a fan.
And by the people, I mean our teenagers. Not us. Maybe sometimes me. probably me and the teenagers.
Wait, this doesn't count towards that, but it's top of mind, so we have to talk about it here.
Okay.
The surplus of Tim Tams that have accumulated in our office and home here recently has been it's a lot. There's a lot there, but Candy Thunder is hilarious because last night, I think it was last night, she's like, I have a problem because I ate 4 in a row before realizing they were the double chocolatey ones, and now I'm like it's just. It is. We have like a package of Tim Tams in several spots in the house, which is great. It's cool.
I just gave 2 away.
Did you?
Because my jeans are
not the Tim Tams.
My jeans are a little tight. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm getting a little bloated from the amount of Tim Tams.
Again, if you can eat all the Tim Tams you want and look the way that you do, more power to you.
Well, not anymore, because there's.
Oh, whatever.
I had to put my stretchy jeans on today.
You can never have too many Tim Tams. There you go.
I think all food should come with a little joke. Someone said, do Tim Tams have jokes on them like penguins? Not sure what penguins are, but...
There might be one inside, but we never see it because we just devour them too quickly. So that could be the thing. Airheads? Oh.
Like the Dove chocolate has like the little inspirational quote. It's like, you're eating the chocolate and getting inspired. So
yeah.
There's no harm. No harm, no foul.
I don't know if I've told you guys about this, but I really want to come up with a line of fortune cookies that the fortunes inside say things like, she knows. Like just cryptic kind of things that would freak people out, but it looks like a normal fortune cookie.
Yes, Laffy Taffy jokes.
That would be amazing.
I think fortune cookies are getting a little bit lazy.
If you bite opposite corners of Tim Tams, you can drink your coffee through it like a straw.
Someone sent that to me on like a Tim Tam slam. I think someone sent that on Instagram or something. Misfortune cookies.
Misfortune cookies. Yeah, I dig
Good
it.
job, the
Does it
effulgent one.
Does it already exist?
That's awesome.
I hope not, because we need to do it. Although I really don't want to get into any kind of food related business. It
Sassy
just seems
Christy.
like it's got to be.
Dark chocolate is good.
She's looking down like,
How'd you know?
How do you know?
We know all about snacks.
That's right. We're snack specialists
That's
here. Oh, all right. Okay, I'll dive
Bye,
into
guys.
it. Thanks, Tater.
Yeah, we've got some good stories today. I'm excited.
Heck yeah. We're going to have a good time. So we achieved the hot choco goal here too. Let's go ahead and talk about that for a moment here. And then we'll bounce over to the next story here. Leading the board here, Southern Country. And then here a new one. Mary Coin USA 4 up there in the number 2 slot. Hey, good to see you. Thank you so much for the support. Trisha G, PJ, and Archer, Laura Lee Moore, Prep Girl, Laura Lee 91219, S Weaver, Tamara, Curvaceous Jim, LMD 10, Pam K, Lal, I Like My Dog More, 24 Tiff, Berlioz, Pixie Dust, Ms. Fiery Repic, Hunter Girl, Justina, Piotr, Jenny Sue, C Sizzle, Rebecca Barrett, Sammy Baby, Chelsea Stevens, Lady Stormfly, Christina, Bree 0621, Lisa Barnett, Boo 77, Moody Mama. We've got trying to figure out how to say Damian Nelson. Okay. Damian Nelson, Gen X Brat, Divinely Thick, Lady Nickel Pickle. I don't know why that one made me giggle, but it did. And Effulgent One. Thank you guys so much for the love. They're greatly appreciated. We have unlocked a cake Christmas reward story with that one. So, heck yeah. I'm going to go ahead and get the QOD squashed there. And our next one is going to be another themed one. Not the gumdrop buttons. There's a clue. This one is going to unlock Tony Spark and Confetti. We have 15 hundo gingerbread men. Now you've Jasper, just one story. We've gone through one story there. All right, we have 15 hundo gingerbread men. They're already rolling in there. A couple that are non-giftical related here. April, May, Jules, see you on the tail end there as well. Jules, April, May, Anita Man, Alex Posh, Carrie Riggin. Thank you so much for that. Justina, Donna D, Lisa Eldridge, Elizabeth, see you with a couple of them there. Justina, thank you so much. Elizabeth, Hunter Girl, thank you guys so much for the love. Greatly appreciate it. All right. Cruel Intentions. Now I have to pretend I didn't hear any of these when I watch them with my husband later. LOL. Yeah. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have read that out loud. You're gonna have to skip that part or just like talk to him. Just jump in and say something during that time. Otherwise I just outed you. Lev, some of you who have subscribed have not gotten VIP invites. So one of the issues that I've noticed, and it started a couple of months ago, is actually TikTok not showing me the whole list of subscribers. When I go to the new subscriber list, I go down it and knock out everybody that's there. If you had not gotten an invite, but you remember the storm, let me know. Okay, so Lev and Macy BN, can you start a list?
Yeah, and they can just search.
That's right. Okay, so if you are a member, you can just search the Dusty Thunder VIP group on Facebook and go ahead and fill out the questionnaire to get joined on there. But also, we'll be trying to keep track here. And Candy Thunder and Tony Spark and Miles, if you can help me out with that as well, make sure that we're keeping track of everybody. Then we'll make sure we get connected with you as well, because I do follow back and we get the ability to DM with you as well when we do that. So we'll start keeping track of a list here and try to get everybody we can. But if you haven't done it yet and you are a new member of the Storm, search up the Dusty Thunder VIP group on Facebook and just go ahead and join up that way. So that's really one of the big differences there. Lev, that's where the VIP group is, but we still want to connect with you so we can DM on TikTok. Was too lazy to go back for the link, Lauren B. And one of the problems is that TikTok isn't link friendly either. So I send basically the message that I send through is to go look up the VIP group on Facebook there too. Does that apply to text message alerts too, Macy? What was the question there? The text message alerts you have to go sign up for on the website. Dang, by my sign name, 1.3 likes there. Heck yeah, that's awesome. Trisha G, welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam. Yeah, if you let us know if you haven't gotten a DM from me yet or a request from me yet, and you're a new member of the Storm, let us know. We'll start keeping track of everybody there. And that will be what we do moving forward. We're going to jump to the unlocked story here, which is a Christmas cake reward story. And it is a follower submitted one there too. Y'all ready? Yeah. The text message thing is notifications when I'm going live. And you can sign up for those at dusty-thunder.com. If you haven't done that yet and you don't get notifications on your apps, which some people don't, the text message is a really good way to go. Okay, follower submitted Christmas cake reward story here titled, Am I the Astronaut? I gave my ex an early birthday gift. There's an ellipses on the end of this title, which makes me think there's something nefarious about it. I, male 23, and my now ex-girlfriend, female 22, Jay, just broke up a week ago. We were together for about 6 months, and I found out a few weeks ago that Jay had been swiping up on other guys' stories with heart eyes and flame emojis. I'm an old man, so I can only infer that is not a good thing, and that it means that she was doing something flirtatious with other young boys through some kind of digital platform. Right? Yeah. It's not good. I know that much. It's not good. Whenever I confronted her about it, Jay told me I was being insecure and needed to work on myself if I wanted to continue being with her. Looking back on the situation, I know how toxic that sounds, but I actually ended up apologizing for being insecure, and the relationship continued. Wow. She just racked up a big dub on you, bro. A week or so after that, Jay was going to a party with her friends who I had always been told were girls. She had been hanging out with this group for months, and I trusted and believed her. Jay and I have differences when it comes to partying, and I would have gone if she asked me to go, but she always said she knew they made me uncomfortable and I didn't have to go. Turns out she was going to parties in houses full of college and frat dudes, and had neglected to tell me any of it. Well, this started another fight. Again, I ended up apologizing. Fast forward to about a week ago, Christmas is coming up. Interesting thing about Jay, her birthday is actually on Christmas. Jay had already met my family and they were expecting her to be at our Christmas party. So I was trying to make it through the holidays without any issues. But I made the mistake of looking through Jay's phone while she was asleep, which I know is toxic, but I couldn't stop myself. She had cleared her Snapchat out after our argument, but I decided to take a look at her Instagram DMs. Let's just say she was having some conversations with guys on there that were a lot more than friendly. I was livid. I woke her up, we argued, I left her apartment and went home and blocked her on everything. It sucked. A couple of days later, I started getting emails from her. Since she's blocked on everything and she's going off on me for being insecure and not man enough. I still had her presents and was planning on dropping them off to her, but after that, I had enough. So I went and bought a small red velvet cake, which is what I was planning on buying for her birthday, and dropped it off to her right on top of her car. Apparently, the cake dried out on her car overnight and actually ruined some of the paint. I don't care. I've stopped responding to her emails. I'm going to enjoy Christmas with my family and try to cut Jay out of my life. I hope she has a fantastic birthday and gets all the cake she deserves. AITA. I kind of think by cake right there, OP means multiple things. See, this guy has an Olympic swimming pool full of red flags, poor guy. No kidding, poor guy. But when someone shows you who they truly are, believe them. How this guy got duped into apologizing every time he got mad at something is beyond me. I mean, somebody's a master manipulator to be able to do that kind of thing. Anytime they do something that they know they got busted and exposed for, to spin it to where the other person is apologizing and to be batting 1,000 doing that is wild. There are way too good at what they do. Question here, am I the astronaut to give my ex an early birthday gift? You're not the asshole for doing that. I think depending on how much the damage was and how serious your ex wants to get about this, I mean, you could end up having some legal issues for property damage here, sure. But still, it was warranted, and yeah, you know she was messing around you the whole time. He wasted the cake though, Nani. I don't know if wasted is the right thing because he bought it intentionally to do this with. He was going to get one for her anyway, but he went and bought one specifically to smash on top of her car. I think in her face would have been better, and then there's no property damage involved. I guess she could claim assault if she really wanted to, but that's Toria, yeah. He took on a lot of emotional damage and apologized for it every time. Like, man, I think he's early 20s, 23. I think the evolution of what happens here is an unfortunate, maybe silver lining kind of series of events here. This is what I perceive to be happening in the journey that he's about to go through. He has been burned now, right? He's been burned, had enough, went no contact with her, did something to lash out a little bit, but now he's been burned. And he's been burned in a case where he had given himself completely to someone. So his guard's going to be up for a while now. He's going to have some trust issues that he's going to have to fight through. But this is how good guys turn into assholes. This is how like the nice guys end up becoming not nice guys. Is because they end up getting into situations like this where the fact that they're a nice guy and that they're genuine people and they really care about someone gets used against them. So he's going to come out of this a little bit hardened, and that's a good thing. I'm not saying it's not good to be a nice guy. I'm not saying it's not good to be genuine, but it is good to be a little bit hardened going into these things because you're not just an open wound all the time waiting to be hurt. I think getting to a point where someone has to earn your trust is a good thing. I think going into relationships without the expectation that somebody's going to fall in love with you immediately and it's going to be freaking wine and roses and rainbows is a good thing. I think this is going to be a good thing for OP overall. It's going to harden them. There's going to be some pain involved, but I think it is going to be good for them in the long run. It sucks to have gone through it, but you learned a valuable lesson here. About trust, about relationships, and about believing someone when they show you who they truly are. She rolled a nat 20 on manipulation. He rolled a crit 1 on reading bullshit. It's the circle of donut? Permanently jaded? I don't know if it's permanent. So, I mean... Yeah, he won't believe in the fairy tale as much. Yeah, but I think you've got to go through like at least one of these situations that hardens you a little bit to be able to survive, you know, what may be the dating realm for him moving forward. I think he's going to be a little bit more guarded, and the right person will gain that trust. The right person will reveal the nice guy again. But until then, you know, he's going to be a little bit more protected through here. Now that's a smash cake. There you go. Wonder Woman, more aware for sure. H-Bear, my now husband was so burned that he didn't date for 8 years before me. That's part of it. I think there's that part of it. And then that's a good thing too, right? I think during that 8-year period, probably got to the point where he didn't need someone else and became happy just being with himself. And I think that's part of the thing that comes from this. You get burned so bad by someone that you give up on the thought of having someone else or needing someone else in your life, which is a good thing. Then when you find the other person later on, there's no pressure and it just clicks together much easier. So NTA here, the ex may actually come back and try to take some legal action on you, but it sounds like it was worth it. So now you know who this person really was, never to get involved with them again. The fact that she's emailing you now and like, you're not man enough to be able to handle them. Yeah, I'm not man enough to be able to handle a relationship with someone who treats me like shit and cheats on me. You're right. If that's being a man, then I don't want to be that. Sorry. Didn't sign up for a polyamorous relationship. Didn't sign up for it. We're at 1125 of 1500 on the gingerbread men right now. We're getting close. Twisted says, I was so destroyed by my ex that 4 years later, I'm only beginning to rebuild my self-esteem. It's a journey. it can be absolutely a journey. But part of that journey, if you walk it alone, is getting to that point where you're okay and you're happy with just you, which is awesome. Lev R, Wayward, Darla K with the gingerbread man there. Monica Snake, Fell Hermit Fairy, Mungau, Southern Country. Lev, Fell Hermit Fairy, Mungau. Candy Thunder sending a gingerbread man there too. Lev R with the Snowman there. Wayward. Jasmine, Jessica resubbing to be a member of the Gosh Heckin' Fam again. Heck yes. That's awesome. Zero time for head games. There you go, Sassy. Took 9 years for you to date your now husband. Your ex was emotionally abusive. Lady Van Landingham. I think it's common. I think it's a common series of events that people go through. But for this person, it sounds like it's the first time they've ended up in this kind of situation where they've been taken advantage of and they were true and genuine and really cared for someone and they got burned bad. And for those really nice guys who wear their hearts on their sleeve, I actually think it is a good thing that they go through one of those because it provides some balance for them. Okay, we are getting closer on the gingerbread man thing there. In the meantime, I'm going to bounce back to our normal rotation of stories here, and we've got one from the Dusty Thunder subreddit to go through here. Am I missing anything? Am I on the right track here? Mr. Producer Tony Spark?
I missed a whole bunch of it. I was over there. I was fluffing the Dusty Thunder.
You were what?
The channel, not you, the channel.
He said he was fluffing the Dusty Thunder channel, but I didn't hear channel the first time. And I was like, yeah, what?
You heard what you were.
It's like, well, I was not present. I was not present for that part. Just read the story, he says. Yeah, Tony was over there chatting up with Anthony from the news station who's gone now. But I'm glad he was here. And part of the benefit to this, yes, we're the Mission Protect the Cake. The initial round of it here is going to benefit our local community or in and around Joplin here. So we're trying to get the word out to a lot of local organizations about what we're doing so we can have them take part in it, because you guys blew the goal out of the water. And now we're going to have a lot more organizations that we can actually provide some Mission Protect the Cake kits to, which is great. So this is the first interview that we've done locally. So we're getting some news coverage out of it. The other benefit of it is that when we actually have some news articles out there, we can use those links for articles to actually get TikTok verified. And once we're verified, hopefully the imposter accounts are easier to take down. There's a dual benefit to it here. So we're hoping to run both of those angles, and we'll see how it goes. Struggling with Montai says we're ready to be ambassadors when you are. We actually talked about the ambassador program on that interview there. So it's stinking cool. Little Buck Dragon says all I heard was fluffing. That's it. That is it. I get it. I get it. We're getting closer to that blue tick. We're working on it. We're playing the long game and making sure that we do it the right way. Chef Mike Harax, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. 1260 of 1500 on the gingerbread men right now. Let's dive in on our next story here. Nails by Kissy. We're not verified yet because you have to have news coverage from reputable news sites, and at least like 3 of them. And yes, Candy Thunder does have a good article that's out there. So that one actually talks about the Dusty Thunder channel. That should be 1. This story that we were interviewing for today should be 2. So then we just need 1 more, and then we're there. If anybody here is part of a reputable news outlet, let us know. We should talk. All right, the title of this story is, Am I the Astronaut for Not Buying My Sister-in-Law Anything for Christmas? And this is from the Dusty Thunder subreddit. I, 31 female, have a troubled relationship with my sister-in-law, 32 female. Our first family Christmas was a rocky one. For some context, we do Secret Santa every year, and in 2017, I got her name. I asked her husband, 34 male, what she likes and what she would want for Christmas. Now, I'm not usually one to put forth a lot of effort, but I wanted to make her like me, so I tried really hard. She liked Sonic the Hedgehog. OP's in chat. Heck yeah, Bex, this is your story. Awesome. She liked Sonic the Hedgehog at the time and was collecting plushies of the characters and other memorabilia for the show and games. As a present, I got her a limited edition Sonic statue inside a plexiglass case and a stuffed Knuckles and Sonic plushie. Not worth a ton, maybe $70 total. When she opened it, she looked like I had gifted her a box of horse shit with a side of dog vomit. I love that line. She didn't say thank you or even comment on the efforts it took to get her something she would like. Later that evening, as I was leaving, I saw the plushies in her dog's bed, Sonic being munched on by their Jack Russell. Oh, that sucks. Not even having the courtesy to wait till you're gone to just like openly give it to the dogs while you're still there. That's no class. No class. Ever since then, I've told my mother, the organizer of Secret Santa, that if I get her name, she won't be getting anything from me. The petty in me wants to give her a box of dung or coal, but that's a little too much, especially because she has children now. It's now 2023, and I've pulled her name twice since then, and both times I've handed the name to my mother and said, just wrap that up and stick it in her stocking. I've tried opting out of Secret Santa to avoid even risking getting her name, but that ruins it for everyone and kills the holiday spirit. She's pulled my name once since then and bought me a gift card to Walmart. Am I the astronaut for not getting her anything for Christmas if I pull her name for Secret Santa? Edited to add, someone brought this up in comments when I have given my mother the name and said I won't buy her anything. My mother gets her something she knows she wants and she trashes it too. She won't trash anything I've gotten my brother or her kids. They're the only niece and nephew in the family currently. Just things that are given to her signed from me. I don't ruin Christmas. I just won't spend my money on something just for it to be thrown away or given to the dog, unless specifically for the dog. Wow. Okay, so the question here is, am I the astronaut for not buying my sister-in-law anything for Christmas? What a rude ass person. That sucks. No, not the astronaut for that. I mean, what are you supposed to do in that kind of situation? What are you supposed to do when every time you've tried to give someone something, they just scoff at it or literally give it to the dogs or treat it like it's a box of horse shit? Like what are you supposed to do? Now, it would be really funny if you got her a mirror so that when she opened it up, she was staring at herself when she made those shitty faces. And then it'd be like, yeah, now I understand. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like was your brother, her husband, wrong about not liking Sonic the Hedgehog? Because she was collecting plushies of the characters, and that's exactly what you got her, and she didn't like it. It's like she just doesn't want anything from you specifically. Is it a problem she has with you specifically, Bex? Like what is the deal there? And you see the mirror. Yeah, give her a mirror. That way she has to look at herself while she makes those shitty faces. Yeah, have you talked to her about this? No, she had a whole collection for Sonic. She gave it to my nephew. Boo. You know, think about it this way. Getting nothing is something that you know, the other family could look at you and be like, oh, you're being petty or you're ruining things, whatever. Giving it to your mom and letting her deal with it is one route here, and I could see that working out. Or you could give her something that is truly petty. And I haven't been able to deploy mine yet, but they have those cards. There's a TikTok shop that has them, but it has the cards that the actual like card envelope has the confetti, not a cannon in it, but it has a confetti, like a confetti bomb inside of it. So when you rip the little tear thing to open up the card, it actually like spews confetti out at them. And then you open up the card and it starts singing. But unlike other singing cards, when you close it, it doesn't stop. It just keeps going until the battery runs out, which is amazing. So you could get her something that is actually funny. And then, you know, if she's going to react in a shitty way anyway, you might as well make it something that's entertaining to everybody else in the family and actually do something truly petty. If you're going to do something petty, run at it full steam. Do it 100%. Get her socks with your face on them, Amber says. That would be amazing, Bex. Like, if she's going to be shitty about it, Bex says she hates me. Legit, we're entirely different people, and she hates everything I am because she's not. Well, that's an incredibly small-minded, just shite person. And assuming that your brother, I mean, are you and your brother nothing alike? Because she loved him enough to marry him. So Bex, also the Walmart gift card was for $5. Wow. Oh, see, a singing card that just plays the Sonic the Hedgehog theme tune 24/7. There you go. Or the dog toys. Yeah. I mean, or something that something that she can give to the dog that is intended for the dog or for the kids or something else. That sucks. In your shoes, I would be like, can I trade this name with someone? And unless everybody else is like, nah, I don't want to deal with it. If it's just you, I would just try to trade with someone else. But she sounds like just a terrible person to deal with. And I'm sorry you have to deal with that, especially during the holidays. It's just dreaded. Get a petty confetti shirt from the Dusty Thunder shop. There you go. Or that like takes one to know one. Ask on one shirt. That would be good too. Yeah. Get her. There's like a DFHB denied shirt, I think, on there too. That would be the way to go. Get her a DFHB denied shirt. I think it's an indecent human being or something like that. Regift her the Walmart card. Oh, Sammy baby, there you go. I think if you have to get her something and you can't trade with someone else, I'd freaking lean into it and try to do something funny as hell. Bobby Joe, trash bags. My gifts wind up in the trash can anyway. There you go. Lie and say you picked your own name and redraw. Bex, I'm loving the petty in this chat. I mean, really, if she's going to be petty enough to have those kind of reactions that she's having, then screw her. Do something fun and film it. Might as well. Or trade with someone else and take the high road on it. That's about as high road as you can get here, is trying to trade with somebody else to just avoid having to go through that kind of crap. No one should have to be dealing with that kind of shit. We are close on the gingerbread man here. 1426 out of 1500. Tony Spark is throwing them our way now. Dixon, Cider Mom, Donna, DJ, Kat Heasey subscribed for the first time. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam. Glad to have you here. Silverstorm, Ghost Watson, Sammy Baby, Silverstorm again with more gingerbread men, a whole bunch of them. M Pickerel 5 there. Tony Spark again. Darla K. Shaz. Tony Spark again. You're trying to prime it, right? Trying to keep it going. Lev with 1120 lightning bolts. Heck yeah. Thanks so much. Shaz, Anita Man, Shannon, Shaz, again, Beth, Wayward, Anita, thank you guys so much. Andrea Jordan Treadway subscribed for the first time. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam. We have met our gingerbread goal man here. Let's talk about that for a moment. I remembered to turn the QOD off, Tony. That's 2 lives in a row. I remembered it. I'm proud of myself. Southern Country leading the board here. S. Weaver, user 0507815. Mama Joe, PJ and Archer, Laura Lee, Wayward Darlin, Pam K, Prep Girl, Carrie Riggin, 24 Tiff, Sue Ann, Carmel Bree, 87, Pixie Dust, Heidi J, Anita. So, whenever this piece landed on the microphone, it actually made a little thud. Like this little tiny piece of confetti. It was like thud. That was amazing aim there, Tony. Amazing aim. Heidi J, Anita, Tony Spark, Plutbug, Candy Thunder, Mungao, Lisa is the best server. There you go. Greg Goose, Laura Lee Moore, Piotr, Lady Mags, Lalal, C Sizzle, Moody Mama, Sammy Baby, Alicia Suber, Donna, Elizabeth Astick. Thank you, Tater. It's cleaning me off here. It's in my hair too. My goodness. Wow, that was good aim.
Been down here talking.
She's got to take care of me. Chelsea Stevens, Justina, Blessed Wonder Woman, Julie Jules, Gen X Brat, Andromeda Amber, Fell Hermit Fairy, Shaz, Monica Snake, and Be the G. Thank you guys so much for helping us get there. Greatly appreciate it. You're going to get Tony Spark up here. And our next one is... Oh, I didn't know this was a thing. How much is this? Oh, that is not what I expected. It is not what I expected that to be.
I know.
Oh, this is going to unlock a spicy Christmas story and candy feedback. the story that it's going to unlock apparently had Candy fired up, so she's got to be involved with feedback on there. Okay, we've started it. It is 1500 Nemo, which is the little TikTok dog. So we're rocking out with that. And let's go ahead and get Tony Sparkup here to chat with you for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to play his intro because it's stinking cool. Late. What just happened? Oh, there we go. Froze up for a second.
Hello. Isn't it cute? Hey, everybody. I'm Tony Sparks. See? That's me. What's up? What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing? Hey. He looks like kind of a corgi. How's everybody? Surviving? Feel that? Not Tony Stark. Nope. Your favorite Swiftie. Well, thank you. What an honor. What an honor to have that title. So, is everybody ready for the holidays? Has everybody got all your shopping done, all your wrapping, all your baking, all that good stuff? ASMR. Should be on a radio show. Yeah, I don't know about that. Funny, Jessica. Funny. Blocked. Just kidding. Wrapping on Friday. I have done like no Christmas shopping. So I think that the gift of my friendship and presence is people's present. So that's kind of where I feel that's coming from. I do a little shopping on like Friday for a couple little gifts for the nieces and nephews, but that's probably about it. Still Christmas Eve. Yeah, I am guilty of being a Christmas Eve shopper. I have done that in the past. It's not fun. I don't know about anybody else, but it doesn't even really feel like Christmas. I mean, I wanted to start playing Christmas music a long time ago, but Jesse wouldn't let us. So like, I feel like I haven't had enough time to really enjoy the Christmas music because like I wanted to start a long time ago, but Jesse just wouldn't let us in the office. So
Her face. That is the exact opposite
just
of the truth.
just kidding. But it doesn't really feel like Christmas. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
It's not like it hasn't been super, super cold and you know, there's no snow. I don't know. It's just kind of,
Okay.
it's just kind of,
You sit on a throne of lies.
yeah. Don't go to Walmart on Christmas Eve. Yeah, no. Hot Mess Express. No, Jesse loves Christmas music, loves it to where we have to play a minimum of like 6 hours a day of it.
Music all year long, every day.
I've been trying to shake it up because, you know, there's like 25 Christmas songs and that's it. And they're just sung by different people. So like, no, there's like 25 Christmas songs. Like that's it. And so we've had like one day it'll be like, oh, I'll just play instrumental jazz one. I played Caribbean music one, themed songs. That was good. So you got to shake it up. And then I still managed to sprinkle a little Taylor in there. Just a little sprinkle.
There you go.
Just a little sprinkle. Oh, yeah.
Pointing out there. Yeah, I had to talk about these for a minute.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Tony Spark, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye.
I have a feeling we'll be seeing Tony again here shortly. But wanted to take this opportunity to chat with you a little bit. I know there are a lot of questions about the schedule for next week. Next week will be, I'm going to screw this up, even though Candy Thunder told me 20 seconds ago. We are going to be streaming Wednesday and Thursday next week. Candy Thunder, correct? Wednesday, Thursday next week. The 27th, the 28th, and that is it. We are not doing anything this coming Sunday. We are just doing family time. So next Wednesday and Thursday will be the next time that we see you. So it'll be next Wednesday is, of course, here on TikTok, and next Thursday will be on the YouTube side for YouTube member exclusive. So that's going to be a fun time. Also wanted to take a minute here to talk about a couple of things that we've received in the office over the past couple of days, which are really cool. Sue Becca, aka Jennifer, sent us a care package that had so much cool stuff in it. Like this is actually a Post-it dispenser that looks like a can of beans. Sent a couple of these. One because we had to dedicate it to Candy Thunder. This is a certified pain in the ass gum, which is amazing. Check this out: ketchup flavored candy canes. This all came in like one big box with all kinds of stuff in it. Gingerbread scented pen. Haven't opened it up yet to smell it, but that's flipping amazing. There's all kinds of cool stuff in here. The one that I pulled out and I said mine immediately were these drumstick pens, and I'm like, I'm gonna piss off my teammates so bad with these, and I have already done it today. I have already caused a protest here. Also, we talked about this a second ago, but Sophia sent the astronaut galaxy projector rover back there, and Crystal Museum girl sent us some custom cards here. Look, there's one for AskCon 1. There's one for AskCon 2, 3, and 4 featuring the lemurs, and each with its own little custom inside here as well. Like, we've received some just really stinking cool stuff. So thank you so much for sending all of that. Oh, Subek, another one of the things I wanted to show. There's a lot of Christmas story themed things in here. This says fragile, but is like little hard candies that are shaped like the leg lamp from the Christmas Story movie. So just so many cool stinking things. So thank you guys so much. We appreciate all the love, and there's just so much cool stuff coming in Crystal Museum Girl, the things that you made. Like, much love to you. Also, these lemurs look like this AskCon 1 lemur looks absolutely rabid. I would be terrified to meet that lemur in an alley. Lady Stormfly, there's actually an address for the studio on dusty-thunder.com. I think it's on the contact page for our studio that you can actually send things to if you want. And yeah, we appreciate anything you guys send our way. And we'll always do our best to try to showcase it here. So thank you guys so much. Y'all are awesome. Just awesome. Showing us all the love here. We have the next stories to jump into here is, what are we on now? Tony Spark. Just the normal 3. Okay. Oh, there's an AITB. Am I the butt face? Yeah. We're at 220 of 1500 on the Nemo the dog right now. Am I the butt face? Okay. Before we get into this, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We have a ton of videos posted there daily. 2 to 3 times per day we're posting there, including AITA stories and more that don't get posted to TikTok. We do podcasts there. We do weekly compilations there and more. So be sure that you are subscribed to that if you're not already. We also have a YouTube VIP membership that includes exclusive monthly lives and exclusive stories, about an hour's worth of content per week. So definitely go check that out if you haven't yet. This story is titled, Am I the Buttface for Calling My Landlord's Wife a Wife? I'm staying at a short-term apartment. My current lease ends in December, but due to job-related stuff, I had to extend my lease to the end of January. Since this is a short-term rental place, this is normal. My property is owned by a couple, Brad and Stacy. Fake, obviously. Before the incident, I only talked to Brad. Brad is cool. I've only received emails from Stacy where she listed her name at the bottom, but I've never met her. I wrote them an email asking them to extend my lease. When I was writing the email, I didn't know Stacy's name off the top of my head. Her previous emails were still in my inbox, but since I'm paying her rent, I didn't think it was essential to look up her specific name. So I wrote the email starting with, "Hey, Brad and Brad's wife," followed by my request and an extension. Oh dear. There are other options. Brad got back to me a week later saying I had to meet with him before he could approve a lease extension. It took 3 days to schedule this meeting, with him canceling numerous times, but I thought I'd be signing a new lease, so I made it work. I went into his office and he said, "My job as the landlord is to ensure we have a safe and supportive community in our apartment. It is not okay to refer to someone as a wife." "Is she not your wife?" I interjected. "She is, but she's more than just a wife. She is the building manager and has a name, Stacy. Her name is Stacy. So in your emails, you should refer to her as Stacy, or if not, say building management. If you are unable, then I will not extend your lease." This meeting or lecture from my landlord lasted around 10 minutes, being essentially threatened with eviction. I agreed, sucked it up, and fake apologized. Frankly, I don't feel like I did anything wrong. I don't know her very well, and she is his wife. If I had a wife, I would want her to feel proud to be my wife and not ashamed. But my female comrades say it's dehumanizing to address a woman as their husband's wife and slightly misogynistic. Oh, only slightly, they said. So they were taking it a little easy on you here, OP. Am I the buttface? Update. My roommate read this post and he said I made a mistake in the details. Brad owns the property. The only thing Stacy does is handle the business emails. He objected to me referring to Stacy as a landlord because technically she's not. So, okay, timeout. There's a little bit more here, but this makes no sense at all. Your roommate doesn't know what they're talking about. If they're married and they have property, unless he acquired this property before the marriage, then they both own it. Your roommate jumping in and talking out his ass about things that he doesn't know about is not helping you in this situation at all. He also said that most other tenants had similar bad interactions with Stacy, as he refers to her as a wife from hell. Frankly, I don't know if this changes any of the facts, but he's pretty insistent. So your roommate is about to get kicked out too because you guys don't know how to talk to women respectfully. Dude, okay. The fact that we have to have this conversation really pisses me off, okay? The fact that we have to have this conversation. Yeah, beer today. Yeah, Candy and I own the business. And I tell you right now, if anyone ever sent me or Candy Thunder an email that said, "Hey, Dusty and Dusty's wife," it would be like probably delete and block immediately. Like, you don't get to talk to my wife that way. Before I even get into the body of the message, it'd be like, okay, look, you've established that you have no respect for this person at all. Learning someone's name, or at least addressing them as something more than property of X person, is a pretty damn basic, easy thing to do. Do you know his last name? Because then it's a Mr. and Mrs. this, and then it's an equal level of respect. Or if not, like the landlord said, building management, whatever it is. What you did was you set him here and her here, and you did it intentionally. Whether it be laziness or whatever it was, you did it in a dumbass way. He didn't care enough about a human being to learn their name, CN son. Even if it's that, it's like, I don't care if you don't want to take the effort to go learn their name. At least don't put them in some kind of freaking hierarchy that doesn't make sense, that places her as less than. Put them on the same level, or do it generically enough to where it doesn't automatically make someone less than. That's what you did. And the fact that you're still fighting about this and trying to say that you were right doesn't make it better. It makes it worse. You're just digging a hole here, man. And guess what? You rely on these people. You're relying on these people to grant you something. And now I guarantee you, Stacy has some say when it comes to lease extensions. So you're like, hey, I'm going to disrespect you. I'm going to fake apologize. I'm going to go post online about how I fake apologized and how about I still believe that I'm right. But then I'm going to ask you for a favor, pretty much, to extend my lease here. And when it doesn't happen, because I'm a dumbass, I'm going to get mad and I'm going to call you all kinds of bad names. That's what's going to happen here. Funny how OP doesn't mention having a girlfriend or anything, right? Is that weird? Is it weird to anybody else? Candy Thunder, if somebody sent you an email and said, "Hey, Dusty's wife," how would you feel? Oh, she's getting up. She's getting up and walking this way.
Did you see Beer Today's comment?
No. What was Beer Today's comment? Sorry, I was ranting.
Your wife's name?
Go Will Smith on this guy. I feel like landlord took it pretty easy on you here, dude. I want to hear Candy Thunder's thoughts here. Ladies and gentlemen, she has a name, and that name is Candy Thunder.
Okay.
Or just bit.
So sorry, he's moving me on the thing. Okay, I would not mind being called Dusty's wife because I'm I'm happy to be Dusty's wife. I'm proud to be his wife. But this guy was lazy and a brozo because all he had to do was go look up her name in an email. And I think in a professional setting, you don't refer to someone as Brad and Brad's wife. That's just my personal opinion.
Right.
Let's take gender out of it, because in no way, shape, or form would you address this to Stacy and Stacy's husband. It wouldn't. No one would ever think of this, and that's why it is slightly misogynistic. And it is what it is. But it's 2023, so let's just use people's names and quit being a lazy asshole and just get it right. The thing that makes me mad about this guy is where he said, frankly, I don't feel like I did anything wrong. But you did do something wrong because you offended someone. So whether you intended to offend or didn't intend to offend, it's not the question. You did offend, so apologize. I mean, and you did. You said you're still annoyed by it because you're writing this post. So you fake apologized, understand why it was wrong, and then move on. It is
The wife comment is not the issue here. It's
Right.
the fact that he wasn't consistent to both people he was talking to. So he created a hierarchy and made one person less than, had more respect for one person than the other in his introduction here. That is the issue. It is not that being a wife or the term wife is misogynistic or less than. It is the fact that it was unequal in the way that he approached it. And if he had been consistent and done the same for both of them, this wouldn't be an issue. But she took issue with it.
She did. And I think I would not have reacted. I would not have said I was going to evict somebody because they called me Dusty's wife. I would not have reacted that way. I would have just been like, hey, my name is blah, blah, blah. Here's your lease. And I would have handled it myself because I would be more assertive in this situation than Stacy. I would not send Dusty to do that for me. I would have done it myself.
And Daddy Tom, to your point here, he didn't do it with the intent he didn't do it with intent of harm. He did it with laziness. And that's the point. He was too lazy to have the respect for someone or to think about how it could be perceived. And the laziness is how he ended up being slightly misogynistic here. The laziness of this is the problem. He doesn't have to have intent to do harm. It's ignorance. It's negligence.
But I've seen you've had multiple comments on here, Daddy Tom, and you've said that multiple times. But again, he didn't mean to offend, but he did offend. So I can say something and not mean to offend, but if I hurt someone's feelings, I should apologize for hurting their feelings, even though that wasn't my intent.
Yeah.
And that's just being a decent human being.
Negligence can still be harmful. It doesn't have to be malicious.
And it doesn't, taking gender out of it, if you know somebody's name and it's easily accessible, then go find the damn name and put it in the email. Or just put building management.
Brooke, dear lords of the land that I rent.
There you go.
That's perfect. There you go.
I don't think landlord is a term. I think it's property manager now, or like management or something. I don't know.
Canceled the term landlord?
I don't know.
Are we there?
I don't know. I don't care.
Is that where we're at? Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's the fact that there was an unequal level of respect shown here. That's the issue, and it was laziness, and that is the problem. And this is a hard lesson to learn, but all OP has to do is accept this lesson and store it and make sure to not make that mistake again, instead of bucking it here and listening to his dumbass roommate who's going to get him in more trouble and going to end up getting him kicked out of the place. Just learn to respect the people that you're relying on.
Like his doubling down in the update where Stacy's a wife from hell. And I'm like, I don't think any of that matters. It's like you offended somebody, just apologize.
Right. You offended somebody that you're relying on and asking to do a favor for you. So just show them some respect. And if you know they have a problem with someone, don't do it again.
Google Queen Cat, dear sir and or madam. There you go. Simple. It's easy. Easy fix.
Ugh. Do those who allow me to live here. There you go. Thank you, Candy Thunder.
Brads, Chads, and Dads.
You get the whole Brads, Chads, and Dads things. I'm like, hey, let's leave dads out of it, okay? We didn't do anything wrong, but I know it's the ones who are bitching about stuff. I get it. It's an easy fix, and that's the problem here, is that it's an easy fix, but somebody's fighting against it. Like, dude, just fix it. Just fix it and take the L, learn, and get better from it instead of doubling down on it. My goodness. Okay, so yeah, I mean, whether it was intentional or not, it wasn't intentional, but it was negligence here. But the doubling down on it is really where it took a sideways turn here to a more critical ask on land here. And because it wasn't, I think it's The question here is, am I the butt face for calling my landlord's wife a wife? Although it was done with laziness and negligence, it did some damage. I don't think that's the real issue here. For that specific question, I think it is a should have done that differently. So it's a 3. Now, taking the lesson, refusing to learn from it, doubling down, and then still trying to cling to this instead of taking the L and just growing as a human being, that makes it worse. So actually, climbed up the scale. Not to a terrible human being, because again, it's a negligence thing. And this feels like a youth thing, right? This feels like a lesson that you learn through life by screwing up. If you haven't learned it sooner than that, and it happens, but you have to learn from these kind of things. The only way to learn and grow is by making mistakes and learning to not make them again, right? So refusing to do that is just refusing to grow as a human being. And that's fine, but that's how you end up being 90 years old with the exact same negligent brain that you had at 20 or whatever age this guy is. And you've got to be willing to learn and grow. Have to be. Ethan says, scaling him, ask on 3, but doubling down is a 1. So, I mean, there's a brozo move here for sure. Yeah, it definitely gets the brozo. I don't think it's evil. I think it's a negligent youth kind of thing. It's dumb, but I don't think it's evil. I think he needs to stop listening to his roommate for sure. His roommate is not going to lead him down the right path, the path to self-enlightenment and growth. Good gravy. Sorry, I had to wet the palate there for a moment. Okay, so we're at 465 of 15 hundo on the Nemo dog here. Nemo's moving a little slow, huh? He's a slow little dog. I've been here. You know what, Tony, you've got some details about the story. You want to punch in and get people pumped up for this spicy story that we can unlock with this dog goal here?
Yeah, so I when I found this story, I sent it to Candy and I was like, "Hey, is this spicy enough?" And she replied back, "Yeah." She goes, "This story has me fired up." So it's a very it's like petty, it's angry, it's like confusing a little bit, but it's also very like WTF on this story.
So I know whenever Candy Thunder gets a story forwarded to her from Tony Spark, that's a spicy one, because there'll be a random pause where she's quiet for a few minutes, and then it'll be a, "Oh my God," or a "What the beep?" And I'm like, oh, okay. So there's a good story on deck here.
Which also is what happened with this next story you're about to read too.
We got a good spicy story coming up, and then we have the ability to unlock another one.
She sent me this one last night, and she was like, "This is really, really crazy."
Cool. I'm down. I'm game.
But the spicy story, the spicy story, she's like, "This one has me fired up. Put me down for feedback on that because I'm fired up."
I'm in. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play.
Yeah.
Put me in, coach. Okay, we'll dive to our next story here, but we have the ability to unlock a super spicy story, and just talking about it has already gotten that thing back up and going. We're at 660 of 1500 now, almost to the halfway point. Let's keep trugging along. Okay, this next story is from the AITAH and has a trigger warning of infant loss. Geesh, no. No! I don't want to read stories that have infant loss. Before we get into that, we're at 36% of the likes goal right now and 655 of 1700 on the subs goal, just as a heads up. Title of this is, Am I the Astronaut for Wanting to Divorce My Husband Because He Wants a Son? I, 27 female, have been with my husband, 29 male, for 5 years, married for 3 of those years. Our marriage was perfect and we were so happy. It felt like our entire life was perfect. Church on Sunday, loving husband, beautiful home, all of it. A few months into our marriage, I became pregnant, and my husband and I were overjoyed, and so was the rest of our family. My husband was especially happy after finding out our baby was a boy, as he'd always told me he wanted at least one son. I even started to try to attempt to repair my relationship with my mother so our son could have a relationship with his grandparents. I had originally cut off most contact with my mother due to how she treated my brother when he married his husband. Though my brother said he was all right with my decision to try to get her back in my life, since he still has love for her and my baby was her first grandchild. However, our son ended up stillborn, and it broke me. I fell into a depression and at one point even considered doing the worst. But my husband was there for me during all of it, and we got through the grief. Our marriage felt stronger than ever, and life started slowly feeling beautiful again, even if it no longer felt perfect. About 5 months ago, I found out I'm pregnant again, and then found soon after we're having triplets. My husband and I were over the moon, and he was the most doting and loving husband. Since we have always said that we wanted 2 to 3 children, we agreed that we wouldn't try for any more children after this. Well, shoot, if we were having triplets, I'd say the same thing. I'd be like, after this, we are done. Triplets, no more. Nobody has triplets, and then they're like, you know what? We should have more. Because of our and our family's excitement for the triplets, we decided to throw a baby shower and gender reveal party. We trusted my brother with the genders of the triplets, and he bought some confetti cannons with the colored streamers inside. The baby shower went wonderfully with my parents, in-laws, my brother and his husband and their daughter, and tons of friends and extended family. It was like a dream come true, and I was so excited for the gender reveal. I don't care what the gender of our babies was, I just wanted healthy little babies. But my husband was clearly excited for potentially 3 sons. When the time came, me, my husband, and my brother all shot a confetti cannon, and all 3 shot out pink confetti. I was so excited, and so was my brother, but my husband screamed at the top of his lungs and hit the table in front of us, hitting it so hard that he actually broke it. He screamed at me that I was supposed to give him at least 1 son because I killed his first son. Well, that's fucked up. This just got super dark. That's when I burst into tears. I had been so broken up about our son's stillbirth, and a part of me had felt like it was my fault. And now he, my husband, was the love of my life, telling me that it was. My brother immediately stepped in and tried to get my husband to calm down, but my husband shoved my brother. So my brother instead pulled me inside, where I cried in the living room while my husband's mother tried to calm him down. I could hear him screaming outside about how 3 daughters is too many, how he doesn't want 4 kids, but he also wants a son. Ever since that moment, my husband has hardly talked to me. He's been sleeping in the guest room, and when we do interact, he's clearly upset and mad and tries to argue with me. I tried to talk to him about it and asked how he'll be with our 3 daughters, but he spat at me and told me he will provide them shelter and food, but he isn't interested in daughters and doesn't plan to have a close relationship with them. That sealed the deal that I want to divorce him, and I cried myself to sleep last night. Earlier today, I confided in my mother and mother-in-law about all of this, but they told me I can't divorce my husband just because he wants a son. Well, it's not just because of that. I don't want my daughters to grow up in an unloving household where their parents constantly argue and their father doesn't love them. The moment my husband said I killed our son, I felt as though I lost all love I had for him in an instant, and I don't want my daughters to be in that kind of household. However, both my mom and my mother-in-law say it's natural for men to want sons and that at least he isn't saying he'll mistreat them. But he did say that. They treated this as an absolute fact and acted as though I'm just a silly little girl who doesn't know anything. I felt incredibly small and stupid. I don't know what to do. My mother and mother-in-law make me feel like I'm maybe overreacting to my husband's behavior, but my brother says this is not normal, as he and his husband are both men who absolutely love their daughter. I'm also not sure of what I'll do with myself if I divorce my husband. I don't work, and I'm not sure I'll be able to find a job that can support me and 3 babies all on my own, or how I'll make time for all of them when I have to work. I feel so lost and helpless. I'm torn on what to do because I worry divorce will be too brash of a decision and that maybe my mother and mother-in-law are right. Am I the astronaut? What should I do? There's an update here, but let's talk about this for a second because holy shit. This is terrible. I think the situation is definitely being minimized by my mom and mother-in-law. He said he would support them, but not have any kind of close relationship with them. Cruel intentions. I agree with you here. This most likely is delayed grief, right? Like this is his grief rearing its ugly head in the ugliest of ways, but grief cannot allow you cannot allow grief to make you into this person, Dad. You can want a son all you want, and that's fine. You can want a son, but to want something so bad that it makes you not want what you have, is destructive. And to openly act out like this and to make these claims against your wife, the woman who's carrying your children, the woman that you supposedly love, and say that it's her fault that the baby was lost the first time, and then to get so mad that she's supposed to give you sons. Gender is determined by the men anyway. So this is a you problem, dude. But it's not a problem. You've got 3 right now, at least, healthy kids. And the stress that you are putting your wife under, who is carrying these kids, is not going to help that situation and help ensure that you have healthy children here. Dad needs therapy right now, like critical. This is emergency therapy kind of situation. And OP, I understand your frustration and your fears here because, yeah, what the hell? What are you going to do? I mean, best case scenario here, he ends up turning it around, but he's got a lot to grovel for. And trust is a big thing that has been broken right now, because it's not just worry about him actually caring for them. There's worry about some kind of acting out and physicality involved here too. Like there are a lot of danger signs and red flags going on here, and he's going to have to claw his way back if he wants to be a part of this family. He's got to reestablish that trust and love, and it's going to take a whole lot of work. I do believe this was grief triggered. I do believe this was suppressed grief that made him flip out, but it doesn't matter. You cannot do these kind of things. You can't. You can't and expect there to be no repercussions at all. That is not okay. If they grow up like that, they will have issues. Not with it. Leave him. Not worth it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, can you imagine growing up in a home where it's like where you're treated like a mistake, where you're treated like second best to something that isn't even there. Beer today, so much mask on that he is far away from being okay. She's got to bail. Yeah, this is incredibly sad. And the position that she's now put in is terrible. And the fact that mom and mother-in-law are not advocating for her right now, they're advocating for him, is heartbreaking. Her mom at least is supposed to be in her corner advocating for her. No one is advocating for the mother who's carrying 3 babies right now, except for her brother. That's heartbreaking. This story sucks and I hate it so far. Let's hope this turns around in the update. It's not gonna, is it? It's not gonna turn around. It's not gonna get any better. Freaking, it's got a long way to go to make me return from pissed off land. Update to Am I the Astronaut for wanting to divorce my husband for wanting a son? I didn't expect to have an update so soon, but after reading everyone's comments, I decided to take action immediately and went to my brother's house. We talked for hours through the night and came up with a plan. I am going to divorce my husband. He's shown the kind of man he is, and I don't want to live in or raise daughters in that kind of environment. I'm going to move in with my brother and brother-in-law during all of this. He and his husband have a nice large house where I can have my own room and a nursery for the triplets. I originally worried that perhaps myself and 3 babies would be overwhelming or a burden to him and my brother-in-law, but they assured me that they would love to have us there. I knew everything would be okay when my brother even offered to have a baby monitor put in their bedroom so he could help if more than one of the triplets woke up during the night. Crap, never thought about that part. What if more than one kid wakes up? And you know they will. My brother-in-law has a nice high-paying job and my brother works from home, so I will have a stable environment and my brother will help with his nieces. My own niece is excited for us all to live with her. The current plan is I will live with my brother and brother-in-law for a while, and once my babies are old enough where I feel comfortable putting them in daycare, which my brother-in-law has offered to pay for, then I can try to find a job of my own where I can save up money and eventually move into a nice place of my own with my daughters. I'm so thankful for my brother and brother-in-law. They truly feel like angels. My brother and I are also going to go no contact with my mother. My brother and I discussed her behavior with us growing up, how she treated him when he came out and also got married, and how she's treated me these past few days. We decided this was the best course of action as we've given her many chances in our lives to become more stable and kind, but she's always refused them. And we want our daughters to grow up in a loving family. When I knew my husband had left for church this morning with my brother, When I knew my husband had left for church this morning, my brother-in-law, and I went to the house and got all of my important things, such as documents, clothes, and things that are special to me, as well as all the baby things. My brother-in-law's mother watched my niece while we did all of this. She's a kind woman and has offered to be a grandmother to my own babies, which I happily appreciated. I will admit that I cried. I've cried a lot lately, but mostly happy tears, because my brother and I didn't go to church. My ladies' Bible study group texted me and asked if we were all right and if we needed anything. I texted them back and told them the truth and what happened, and they were all horrified. They told me they support me and are proud of me for taking action and are now even planning a bake sale at the church to help raise money for me and my babies. Also, apparently when my husband went out to the lunch after church with his men's Bible group, one of the other members is husbands to one of my friends in my Bible group, and when he found out what happened, he yelled at my husband so much that he cried. I got a little bit of joy out of hearing about that, not gonna lie. My pastor even called me and asked if I'm okay, and he let me know that I'll always have people who support me at my church, which I'm very grateful for. After my husband came home from church and saw that most of my stuff was gone, he blew up my phone, but my brother-in-law called him for me and said that he would pay for my husband to get therapy for his grief over our son, and also told him to leave me alone. My husband has not tried to contact me since, and he has yet to give my brother-in-law an answer for his therapy offer. All in all, I am so grateful for my brother and brother-in-law. I wouldn't be able to do any of this without them. I'm hopeful for the future, and while this isn't the kind of future I imagine for myself or my babies, this is definitely the best one I can currently give them. They say it takes a village, and my babies will definitely have a village full of love and support. Thank you and bless you to everyone who left comments for supporting me. I'm grateful for all of them. I'm glad I could give you a very speedy and happy update. That's way better than any kind of update that I could have imagined here. Way better. Now that's amazing. And, man, brother and brother-in-law stepping up and just being DFHBs to 1,000 degrees. Yeah. Round of applause for these people for stepping up and taking her in and being the only advocates for her, but being advocates for her so fervently, right? Like taking it all the way and offering 100% support and offering to do all of the things that need to be done, including to pay for therapy for OP's hubby here, who clearly needs it. He clearly is crippled by this grief, and maybe hearing that he was wrong from other members of his church was enough to create pain, the kind of pain that creates change. I don't know how much more he's got to go through before he realizes that he's headed in the wrong direction and that what he did is not okay here. It's going to take forever for him to rebuild to the point that he was at. He'll never be the same man again. But, man, in his position, I would be doing everything possible to try to repair my soul so that I could be the kind of father that I want to be and know that I can be. Step one. Step two, try to repair my soul and repair the trust to be the kind of husband that I know I can and should be as well. Until that happens, knowing that OP and her babies have a, not just a sufficient, but like a solid place and support network in place is huge. It's just huge. Whew. Yeah, brother is a saint. That's a huge deal. And the fact that OP had to go no contact with mom after giving her a chance, and then mom not advocating for her at all and advocating for the husband who just had a public display, a public tantrum at the gender reveal, that's horseshit. And that's the right call. I mean, you cannot allow people who will not advocate for you and will advocate for your harm. You cannot allow those people in your life. Can't. Family is chosen, Rachel. There you go. Karina says, honestly, I think the husband is beyond redemption. You may be right. I'm trying to plant a seed of hope down there because it's definitely fueled by greed, but is there a point where it's gone too far? His actions went too far. And, you know, whether or not he can redeem himself for that is going to be a long road. If he took it seriously enough, he could redeem himself there, but it would take a long time and a whole lot of work. Yeah, Kendra. So the he spat at her. We actually had a discussion about that word, and we think in this context it wasn't spitting at her. We think it was spat, like argument kind of thing. So I don't know. Yeah, so we actually had to look up the definition, and it's a part of the landing gear for an aircraft too. So who knows? I can't imagine he had one of those handy to just throw. But if he did actually spit at her, yeah, that's just even worse. That's even worse. So hopefully redemption is possible here, but he's got to want it really, really bad for it to even be a possibility. And then at the end of that road, it's still up to OP here on whether she wants to forgive him. So the fact that she's got support and protection for her babies now is a rainbow ending for this kind of thing. Spat is also a fight. Yeah. So we had to look it up and make sure that. I think the beginning of our discussion was, wait, spit? Like actually spit at her? We don't think that's the case here, but if that could make it even worse. Twins mom, thanks so much. Yeah, blaming her for the stillborn is unforgivable. Also, blaming her for giving him 3 daughters, also unforgivable. But it's up to OP. It's up to OP to determine if she's ever willing to give him another chance. At this point, I mean, it'd probably be like 5 years or more before she's even willing to entertain it. And after that, that's after 5 years of working really hard at it. 1350 of 1500 on the Nemo dogs right now. We're still plugging that direction, and that will unlock a spicy story. We'll see what happens there. In the meantime, we're at 52% of the likes goal right now. 655 of 700 on the subs. We're still plugging along. Fawn, A Flower, Lisi Lex, Eri Daneo, Allison Hall, Monica Snake, Sue Ann RT, Lacey Lex, Cassandra Balasis, Tracy Walker, Piotr, and 414, Candace with a rose there, Denise Burkhardt Fawn, mom of 2 boys, Silver Storm, sending the Nemos through there, H. Lynn, Dr. Sweets, Crazy Kershaw, Candy Thunder sending some through there, Just Mags, See No Evil, Hear No Evil, Speak No Evil with the Nemo there too, Heidi, Cat Renner, Dr. Sweets with more there, Laura, Heidi, Lori L, Kat, Pamela, Fawn, thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate the love there. All righty. Let me wet the palate here and we'll jump on to the next story. Am I just reading slow today? Am I reading slow? Is that what's going on?
A couple of bit longer.
Okay. I don't know. I get stuck in like a time warp whenever I'm on a live and I have no idea like what time it is or how much time has gone by. Odyssey, you read that one earlier? Your pronunciation, how do you say it? Balsis. We have to say it like a Cassandra Balsis. Huh? I don't know what that means. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say right now? Oh, okay. 1425 of 1500. They want me to do a little song and dance before I start the next story here, so we can try to get there to do the next one. You like Krispy Kreme donuts? Yeah. Kristen Fleury Stevens, I am feeling much better. I actually, this is probably the first day where I feel like I'm back to 100%. I haven't been like full of snot. I've only blown my nose like once or twice today. It hasn't been 100 times, so that's real good. Meanwhile, Beer Today is still sick with junk. I know everybody in the family is dropping like flies now. What is it about the holidays where sickness is just like... And it's even before you're around a lot more people. It's like sickness starts with that weather change and then it infects the bigger groups of people and it's garbage. Not a fan. Not a fan. Jocelyn, I gave you my ick. I'm sorry. Yeah, if I did that through stream, that would be, yeah. Luckily, technology is not to that point yet. Down with the sickness. There you go. We need to play some Disturbed in here. Heck yeah. Because you're out shopping, maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of a hermit, and I still got sick. Kids, I blame it all on the kids. It's just germ cesspools. Come home and give it to the adults. All right, we got there. Sweet K84, user 0507815, Anita, Elise Newman, Kristen Fleury, Steph, Candy Thunder. Look at that, Candy Thunder. You're number 6 on the ranking for this gift goal. I think she's on the phone. I Am Jill, 21, Sue Ann, 257, Southern Country, Prep Girl, Fly on the Wall, Lacey Lex, Pam K, Flower Girl, Peanut Bun. Is it Peanut Bun? I might have said burn earlier. I'm sorry. Love Me 115, Mama Cat of 1, Dawn Banks, Tanya Kays, Gray Goose, Witch of Seasons, Alicia Suver, Tony Spark, Laura Lee Moore, Miss Teary 8, Tinker Truck, Fane 86, Jess Smudge, El Marine 98, Justina, Piotr, Carrie Riggin, Jen here, Sweet Holly, and 414 Berlioz, Shannon Aaron, Heidi J, I Like My Dog More, Debbie Hughes, Donna 12661, Mandala Will, Alex Posh, Chelsea Stevens, and Carmel Bree 87. Carmel Bree or Bri? Bree? I'm assuming Bree. I have a sister named Bree. What's up, Bree? Probably not watching this, but hi. I have another sister named McKenna. She goes by Auntie M. We got Aunt B and Auntie M. And that fam is coming into town this Friday from Knoxville, Tennessee. Heck yeah. Okay, the next goal that we have will be this one. It's going to unlock a Caden Thunder appearance and a Petty Revenge cake story. And it is what? I don't know. Tony Sparks clicking around. I can't see anything. What you doing, man? Clicking around the document that I'm looking at. Caden Thunder. And Petty Revenge cake story. Petty Revenge and cake in one story? What? If it was a Christmas cake Petty Revenge story, it would be the trifecta. Be like the hat trick. We have 85 snowmen as our goal to get that unlocked. So we have unlocked the spicy Christmas story, and we'll go ahead and dive into that. This is the one that that Candy Thunder said was amazing. So, or really pissed her off. I can't remember. This is the spicy. This is the one you're giving feedback to. So I couldn't find my straw. That looked weird. I'm not. All right, here we go. Christian Museum Girl, you had some nasty bad luck for the past year, so you have not had the COVID or the flu. Oh. Have we seen the Dancing Santa today? No, we haven't. You know what? We need to do that next. You're right. We're already at 50% with the snowman. We're rocking and rolling. Okay, here's the spicy Christmas reward story. Am I the astronaut for refusing to attend my in-laws' Christmas unless sister-in-law removes the stocking that has a different name than the one I chose for my unborn son? Oh, this got heavy real quick. To preface, I, female, have been with my husband, Todd, for 3 years. He has a son, 9, from his late wife. Todd is pretty close to his sister, Monica. Their mom's deceased and Monica has basically taken over. She's nice to me and all, but she seems to be a bit controlling, especially when it comes to Todd. But that wasn't a real issue until after I got pregnant. After we found the gender of the baby, boy, she insisted on the name Tommy. But I refused because I already had a name in mind, and Todd loved it. But he chose to stay out of the fight, saying maybe we should just let Monica call him Tommy. I refused and asked her to please respect me and the fact that I'm the mom, not her, and she said okay. Like always, she's hosting Christmas for the family this year and invited me and Todd to Christmas dinner. I was intending on coming, that is, until I discovered that she hung stockings with her kids, nephews, and nieces' names and hung a Tommy stocking that's for my son. Boo! I was livid. I lost it on her and there was a huge fight. I told her I won't be coming to her Christmas dinner if she doesn't remove the stocking and put the real name, and then I left. Todd started yelling at me and we got home saying that I was attempting to ruin an important family tradition by refusing to come, and said that I was overreacting and cannot be telling his sister what she should or shouldn't do in her own home. Oh, Todd. Oh, Todd, you fool. He tried to convince me to come, but I said no. Not until she removes that stocking, and it doesn't look like she's going to do it, because he spoke with her, and he's now mad at me for making a huge deal out of it. Her husband, Philip, who's usually nice to me, called yesterday saying that he spoke with Todd, and he'd be devastated if I cause the family to miss the event at Monica's house and ruin it, not only for the adults, but for the kids as well, since my stepson loves spending the holidays with his cousin. Todd has been quiet, and the only way we communicate is through Philip. I feel ashamed. Maybe I overreacted. Am I the astronaut? Edit, to answer someone's question, no, I did not ask Monica to put a stocking up for my son. She said it was for my son. It was her decision, although I find it weird since the baby isn't even born yet. OP had a comment later on. No, there's no Tommy in the family. A totally random name, which makes me even more confused as to why she's so hung up on it. Makes no sense, honestly. Okay, she's already walking this way. She's like, I'll handle this. I got this. Candy Thunder's coming.
No.
You don't have this handled?
I don't understand it.
You don't understand it. This is a power play. And there was actually a comment on a YouTube video the other day that talked about some cultural differences where some cultures, the mother, matriarch, whatever it is, of the family will have like an ongoing power battle with wives of their sons, which his sister has inherited here. Because she's inherited the matriarch kind of role, she now has stepped into the I'm going to have control over everything role. And this could be a cultural thing where she feels like that's her job to be able to control everything, but not to name people's kids for them and not respect their wishes, to not go with the name that you chose. And hubby here, Todd, was that his name? Todd? Well, the stereo got wet somehow, Todd.
I don't know.
I don't know, Margot. Where do you think you're going to stick that tree? Bend over and I'll show you. Todd is worthless here. Todd is no help whatsoever. The fact that he is too weak to be able to stand up to his own sister and be like, look, you're going to respect my wife. You're going to respect the fact that this is not your child. You cannot control this child. You don't get to make decisions for me and my family, especially when it comes to naming our freaking children. If Todd is okay with her choosing a name for their child, which he wasn't in the beginning, but now he's like, you're making too big of a deal out of it. And symbolically, her putting the name on the stocking is her choosing the name for your child. Make no doubt about it, because she is announcing it to the family at that point. If there's an event and there's a Tommy stocking up there, it is her telling the family, your child's name is Tommy. And the fact that he is not willing to plant a flag and fight it means that he is just bowing down to it and letting her take control. You're kind of on your own here, which sucks, because it would be great to have his backing here. And maybe I'm reading too much into it, but this sounds like one of the classic power play things where mothers-in-law, which she has assumed the role of, does battle with the wives of sons for control. This is a control issue. You cannot let her win this, not just because of the isolated incident that it is, but because of the indicative symbolism that this is the first domino. And this domino will lead to her controlling everything else and steamrolling everyone, which apparently she's really good at, because Todd is unwilling to do battle here. Him staying out of it is choosing a side, because he didn't actively stand up for his wife. There is no staying out of it when your wife is being attacked. Staying out of it is choosing a side. I want to get Candy Thunder up here and get her thoughts on this, because it is complicated. But Cindy, I agree. This is a precedent. This is the first domino. This is war. This is one battle for a lifelong war, and you get to determine how it's going to go here. So yeah, Bobby Joe, inaction is action here, especially if somebody is attacking your wife. Inaction is action. He's not staying out of it. He's choosing to side by choosing to vote present. Candy Thunder, ladies and gentlemen, step on up there.
Okay. But I think he did choose this side because he started an argument with his wife. He said he said Todd started yelling at me when we got home that I was attempting to ruin an important family tradition. So Todd has no problem with his sister naming his baby with another woman. Like, that's the part that got me, that Todd was like, yeah, whatever, we'll just call him Tommy. I'm like, I just don't understand where Tommy even came from.
Oh, it's random according to OP
it's
here.
Just Tommy, someone, I thought that, or I think it was Bobby Joe that said it, but she's like, is their last name Pickles? And that's what I thought too. I was like, why else would you want to name?
Oh, come on. It would be fantastic.
But, yeah, I don't understand. So he definitely chose a side because he he fought with his wife over it and said she was making a huge deal out of it.
Denise says, what if the wife's name is Whack? What if the name that the wife chose is Whack? It doesn't matter. The sister does not get to choose the name.
No, and I mean,
that's the statement that needs to be made here, but hubby is letting her have her way.
I would be super petty, and I would just start calling the sister by a different name, call your husband by a different name, and just roll with it and be like, until you stop, I'm not going to stop. If you don't stop the bullshit, I'm not stopping the bullshit, because this is my child's name.
Make sure you change their names in your phone too. So it's like you're messaging with Princess Consuela Banana Hammock and Crap Bag.
Crap Bag, yes, yeah. Exactly.
And yes, do that. That's a good way to do it. Or you can hang up your own stockings and be like, just write Biznatch on one of them.
Bring them with you and hang them over the fireplace and chuck the Tommy stocking.
Biznatch, Spineless. Who else we got? Mr. Biznatch. He's there too because he jumped in at the end. Sister's husband jumped in and was like, you're going to ruin this for everyone.
Which means that he's getting an earful, so he's trying to alleviate the pain on his end.
She's already amassed a healthy amount of power. You know what I mean?
Right.
Assuming this matriarch role. She's already, and knowing the culture would be helpful here because I think that could sway it. No, not sway it, but it could explain part of it.
Yes. Just Mags, yes. 100%. 2 yes, 1 no situation for baby names.
Yeah.
You should both agree on the name. If not, you skip it and move on to the next one. It's just a very weird, it's such a weird name to pick and be like, this is it. I'm naming your child.
Yeah.
Also, OP, please make sure you get that birth certificate filled out on your own. Like, you better do not let the hubby fill that shit out.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna be going home with Tommy.
You're gonna be going home with the Tommy.
Yeah. I can't. It seems like that he's more worried. Like, husband is more worried about upsetting his sister than he is about upsetting his wife, and that in a marriage is never going to work. Like, it's going to end in divorce because it's not a sustainable situation.
And for this scenario, I feel like we have to almost refer to sister as mother-in-law because she's assumed that role. And OP even talks about her stepping in and crotch goblin. There you go. Crotch goblin. I like it.
That's awesome.
You can come up with a whole slew of good names. We found like a website that had like a whole list of punny dirty names. And we used them on some mock-up business cards for one of our clients who has that kind of sense of humor.
Yep.
And there were some really, really good ones on there. Referencing some kind of list like that would work pretty well. But sister-in-law is functionally mother-in-law here. And what you said about hubby Todd being more worried about upsetting his sister than his wife is that mother-in-law methodology, right? It is I'm going to leverage my son's allegiance to me, in this case her brother's allegiance to her, to overpower his wife and establish dominance. There is the game.
I know, but it's so weird.
It's weird to us, but it's common in a lot of cultures. That's what I found out through that YouTube comment and learning more. And that's one of the things where, we know what we know. We know what we've seen through life, but apparently this is way more common with a lot more cultures. And that my only response to that was, that sounds dreadful. Like, I'm so glad we don't have to deal with that, because that would suck.
So
yuck.
Something happens to mother-in-law and there's just someone waiting there to take her place. That's... I would
Succession.
I would leave that family. I don't think I could be a part of that.
No.
Like someone forcing me to name my child.
What's the story with Navy's stocking?
I don't know. Beer today.
I'm pretty sure it just is Navy. We don't actually have names on ours right now.
Navy's does, because it was embroidered.
Oh yeah.
She's clearly the golden child in our
family. She's the only one.
Okay.
Okay.
Tony's
Candy
telling us to
thank you
wrap
so
it
much.
up.
Greatly appreciate it. We're getting the move your asses along sign from Tony Spark there. These producers, they're just man. Do more. Work harder. All right, we got to give some thanks for the snowman goal here. Sweet K84. leading the board. Elise Newman, Mags Mazing, Anita, Sue Ann, 257 Southern Country, I am Jill 21, Berlioz, Pam K, Jen here, Prep Girl, Blessed Wonder Woman, Denise Burkhardt, Ms. Pamela L, sorry, Bexy Dust, Shannon Aaron, Tanya Kays, Heidi J, Fell Hermit Fairy, Rainfalls, Joyful Stranger, Lacey Lex, Wolfie Shadow Fox. Thank you guys so much for helping us get there. Greatly appreciate it. We have another one here that is bouncing back. Throwing it back to about 30 minutes ago, probably. This one will unlock a Christmas reward story. So, Tony Spark, we unlocked Caden Thunder and a Petty Revenge Cake story. Do we want to do Caden Thunder now and the Petty Revenge Cake story momentarily? Or how do you want to do that? Yeah? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let me bring up... We'll just call you Dusty Jr. I'm going to change your name right now. Dusty Light. I'm going to go ahead and play your intro. All right, you're going to get a few minutes with Caden Thunder here.
Ladies and gentlemen. Caden Thunder!
Hello, it's me, Dusty Light. What is up, Thunder Crew? Thunderkin?
To look more like Dusty Light. There you go. Yeah. The real Dusty doesn't have ears.
Hey. Oh, now I can hear myself. This is not gonna happen. This is not.
You don't like hearing yourself?
No, it trips me out. Alright, guys, how's it going? Yeah, that's the one thing. They do have my piercings, but they're gold and my trademark is silver. Makes my eyes pop. We do need a beans emoji. My voice doesn't sound like me? Yeah. So, we got, one of the things that we got sent from Subeka was these mac and cheese gummies. Me and Miles were intrigued by these, so we both tried one. And it doesn't taste the way you think.
6 out of 10.
Miles gives it a 6 out of 10. They smell like gummy worms.
Would you be willing to try ketchup candy cane?
I'll do it right now.
Bet.
It tastes like a gummy worm. Not too bad. Not very cheesy, but they're good. You're so pretty too. I appreciate it. Mac and cheese gummies.
Ketchup candy cane.
Now for the ketchup candy cane. Alright, guys. Are we ready for this? I'm not. I don't even like normal ketchup.
How is it?
I'm feeling a mix of emotions right now. A rush of emotions.
Try to describe it.
It tastes like how I don't know. I don't have any words for this. I'm gonna put it down now, though.
You have to hold it, man. It's all you.
I need my producer crew to come
What?
take my.
Yeah. Hey, Miles is gonna come over and try to help you explain.
Oh
it real
yeah.
quick.
Go for it. I don't have any words for this.
Okay, so this basically just tastes like a bottle of ketchup, but like just the liquid that like squirts out the part you don't want, mixed with orange juice. Yeah. There's a very citrusy like. It's.
I don't.
I'm
love
sorry,
it.
but it's not good.
It's like the liquid that's
That's awesome.
No, that's what it tastes like.
I don't love it.
Okay. You guys just described ketchup smegma. Like, that's
how
a
it
good-
is.
Yeah, that's how it is,
That's
I
what
guess.
it tastes like.
Yeah, Kate Dunner, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Sauce juice. Yeah. So, if you ever wondered what ketchup smegma tastes like, it is those ketchup candy canes. However, I think we need to let Patrick Mahomes know. Somebody tag Patrick Mahomes and let him know that these ketchup candy canes exist because bro loves ketchup and probably needs these for the Christmas tree like ASAP. That is freaking, it's an amazing find there. So, Subeka, again, thank you for sending all that stuff. I just tried one of the little Fragile Christmas Story like little lamp leg lamp candies, and it was really good. It tastes like Pez. Very cool. Very, very cool. Okay, so Petty Revenge Cake Story is what we just unlocked. I'm going to go ahead and jump onto that, and let's rock and roll here. 45 of 500 right now. I need to turn my live preview off to try to save some performance here. Miss H, I miss who I was before I heard the phrase ketchup smegma. I'm sorry. Yeah, Ashley, we've changed him. We've changed him. Skittles candy canes. We got some of those. But I actually picked up some bacon flavored candy canes for stocking stuffers. So, or for White Elephant. I'm not sure which. For Candy Thunder's shaking her head at me. I'm not asking you to try them. That sounds more like a White Elephant thing. Okay, here is the Petty Revenge Cake Story from the Petty Revenge subreddit. I took the manager's idea for a birthday cake because she wouldn't let me go home. Huh. I like to bake and even took a cake class. I used to work in a call center. There was a manager, Kate, that worked there and was essentially a FWB with my manager, Sawyer. What does FWB mean? Oh, yeah, friends with benefits. I just got called old man by a dusty light. I hated her a lot. She was really annoying and thought she was better than everyone. She was snobby about her position. One year that I was there, when the new year rolled around and started, I was sick, really sick, like puking, restroom trips, coughing, the works. I could barely stay on the phone. I went to Kate and told her, the only manager there, and asked to go home. She said, no, if you go home, you will lose your job, is what she said exactly, and continued to mindlessly click on her computer. I had days and hours to cover, but I was like 20 years old and obviously didn't want any chance of losing my job. So I went back to work, very mad and very sick. A couple of months later, I was sitting in front of manager Sun's desk. Then Kate came to speak to Sun. She says, I'm going to make Sawyer an island-themed cake for his birthday. She then began to make jokes between her and Sun that she hopes she could do it. It'll only be box cake because she knows she can't bake it and blah, 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 blah. I asked to see what cake she's going to bake. Extremely simple. So then it hit me. I'm going to make this exact island-themed cake and make it better than she ever could. So I did that night. I brought it into work the next day and gave it to Sawyer in front of everyone. Everyone loved the cake, thought it was cool. Sawyer loved the cake. Kate hated it. She was butthurt and gave cat butt face every time I talked to her for months later. What's cat butt face? Candy Thunder, can you come do that on camera? The cat. Okay, so yeah, when the cat tries to show its beehole to you, that. And since I have a beard, it kind of works better. Okay. Right. 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 Yeah, that is fantastic. Yeah, do it better than she could. And then she's going to get all pissed off about it. The unfortunate part for you here, OP, is that if she's still a manager for you, she's still going to make your life hell. It may be even more so now. But got to take your jabs where you can, right? And in this case, it was something that she couldn't control. So you did something better. And she's just got to deal with it and got to keep her mouth shut, right? So, nice. Cat, wow, this is live. Yeah, it is. It definitely is. Lots of crazy shit happens when we're live. Hey, user 501 from Ireland. Good to see you there. Not the beard. Yeah, it happened. It definitely happened. All right, 160 500 on the hot chocos right now. We're bopping right along there. I can't see where we're at on our gift goal. 75% on the gift goal right now. I think, do we have time to read one more? Mr. Producer Tony Spark, do we have time to read one more? Go through it? I'm going to read fast. I'm going to read one more. Doing one more.
Read number.
Unamas. Cheyenne from Alabama. Good to see you. We're going to do it. We're going to read one quickly. He's picking it out. He's trying to pick the best one. M. Shotshit from Texas. Good to see you there. Collie. Hey, how are you? I said it right? Collie?
Do number 6.
Number 6? On it. Okay.
Made me think of you.
Wait, this story made you think of
I could just see it happen.
Dusty and Candy? Oh, great. Okay. All right, here we go. Last story of the day is from the AITA subreddit and is titled, Am I the Astronaut for telling my husband not to open boxes delivered to our house with my name during the holidays? Yeah, I can see how that would make you think of her and I. We have to be very careful about checking labels. There is a funny story that happened like last night, this morning, I have to tell you about that is gift related here. Our stocking stuffers? Yeah, that's funny. Okay. A few weeks ago, my husband and I shopped together for the specific items during an online drop for one of his favorite brands. One of the items he wanted, he said he would get because they sell out fast, and the rest we talked about for other members of the family. While I was shopping, I found some other gifts for him as well. Knowing the items would be shipped in my name, I told him just to be safe not to open any boxes with my name on them, just in case I got him other stuff. I've come home twice now to boxes open with my name on them containing gifts for him. Shite. The one gift he ordered for himself, but essentially from me, was also delivered recently. Tonight, while cooking dinner, he proceeds to open the box right in front of me. When I asked what he was doing, he said opening the boxes to get them out of the way. Each day, there have been a few boxes at our entryway/kitchen, which I have been taking to the basement periodically. I got upset and told him I was frustrated he keeps opening his own presents. He responded to say that it wasn't a big deal because he already knew what it was. I told him that just because he knows what it is, he should still wait for Christmas to look at it when he unwraps it. He told me if I didn't want him to see it, then I should have wrapped it already. That's probably the red flag. I'll go ahead and give it to you there. Meanwhile, I have already wrapped over 25 presents for the household, and he has wrapped 0. That's pretty accurate too. I told him I would when I had time, but that I could only do so much. He said, fine, I'll wrap it then. And I said, no, but you could help me wrap other gifts for other family members. And he told me I was overreacting and that it wasn't a big deal. I got pissed and left the room. Am I the astronaut? Okay, let's chat about this for a second, because we're very careful about checking labels, like I said. And I have an understanding that if it's got her name on it, I'm not going to open it. Have I accidentally opened any gifts that you have? Yes, she has. So she had ordered something from the same place and thought it was for one of the girls. I remember this happening now, and I'm like, damn it. Then you're like, I'm sorry. I thought it was the real. I'm like, damn it. And I went ahead and gave it to her. Also, Candy Thunder and I are terrible about giving each other gifts like way ahead of Christmas, because we get really excited about gifts that we got for each other, and then having to buy more gifts as we get closer to Christmas, because then we're like, oh crap, now we don't have enough. But it's if we get something for each other that we know that that the other one's gonna love, it's like we're just terrible about it. So we don't go overboard, we don't do a ton, but because we give each other like a gift or two early, we end up having to get replace those gifts later on. The logic is messed up. We're just excited to give each other gifts. In this case here, I think the way that hubby treated it was unfair. Like, if he was only willing to wrap presents for himself, not for other family members, that doesn't make any sense. Like, I've actually jumped in and wrapped several presents this year already, just trying to get the machine moving. And I'm not great at it, but they're done and they look decent enough. And for she says they're perfect. I'm like, well, that's because you're looking at the pretty side. Don't turn it over. Don't turn it over. The way he's reacting to this is not really fair. And even if you know exactly what it is, you have to pretend you just hand it over, right? Don't open it up, hand it over. Let the person who bought it for you decide when they want to give it to you. If they want to do it now, cool. If they don't, let them wrap it up. But you essentially have no power over that item until it is given to you. And him only being willing to wrap his own gifts is shitty, right? And saying, well, if you don't want me to see it, wrap it up already. I'm like, that's an unrealistic expectation. So, come on, guy. Oh, wow. Dixon Cider Mom says, buy him a Thunderstick 2000 and have him sit on it until he learns his lesson. Whoa. You know, I used to like in previous years, I've like paid Ava a dollar or two per gift to wrap stuff for Candy Thunder. But this year I just dove in and started doing my stuff myself. Ava has wrapped a ton too. Yeah, and we've got like a wrapping team, and I actually set up like an 8-foot long table in the garage. But Candy Thunder was too bougie to get out there in the cold garage and wrap, so we moved the table inside for Candy Thunder, and that's been a wrapping station, and that has helped. 80% on the likes. I don't think we're going to get there. That was our last story here. It is, what was the question on this one? The question was, am I the astronaut for telling my husband not to open boxes delivered to our house with my name during the holidays? Hell no, not the asshole. That is the way the system is supposed to work. Check the name, double check the name. If you accidentally open it and see that it's not for you, immediately close the box back up and make sure you grovel to the person who bought you the thing. And if you do a really good job groveling, or to the puppy eyes, while you're groveling, they might just give it to you then. That's what happened with Candy Thunder. She's really cute. She's really cute when she was groveling, so had to. This was a hell of a fun time today, guys. Thank you so much. And thank you for helping Anthony feel welcome here from KOAM News. Thanks for coming out and covering us with the story and doing that interview. Once we have a link for that story, we'll share it with you guys somewhere. So that was a very cool thing. We're excited to move that mission to protect the cake forward. And again, next week is going to be Wednesday and Thursday only. We will not be on this coming weekend. We're focusing up on our families and hope that you guys get to do the same. So we appreciate it. Navy Rose, I do see you. Good name, by the way. Like the name Navy. Return the ones he opened, Pyrotastic says. Ooh. Kitty Led says, I get birthmas gifts because my birthday is December 23rd and I often know most of my gifts because I wrap them. Well, that's no fun. Also, the birthmas thing is no fun too. It's like you got to celebrate your birthday earlier and create some separation there. Yeah, Mad Max, we're getting some news coverage to help with the verification process. We're chipping away at it. Have a glitter bomb sent in her name. Oh, there you go. Jerry 7526. Yeah, we're aware that we have a lot of imposters out there, and unfortunately, even though we've reported them multiple times, TikTok has not taken them down. Once we get verified, then you guys can help us out a lot more by reporting them as impersonating, and you'd be able to select us from the list. So that's one of the big things that verification will hopefully help with. We're really trying to make a push on that because the imposters are, if only pissing us off, they're really pissing us off. So we want to be able to do something about it. This episode will be on YouTube tomorrow at noon, Mona. So tomorrow at noon, it will be up and be able for you, or be available for anyone to watch. That will be rocking and rolling. And we have next Thursday is a YouTube member live, I believe, right? Next Thursday? Multi-stream is Thursday. Okay. Right, we're not doing Sunday, but we're doing Thursday instead. Okay, so next Thursday is the multi-stream instead of the YouTube member exclusive live. I misspoke earlier. So we will be on TikTok next Thursday too. Next Wednesday will be TikTok only. Next Thursday will be everywhere with the multi-stream. So that's going to be a little bit different. That'll be fun.
It's actually in the notes.
In what notes?
Your outro notes.
Okay, well, I'm not at the outro because the stories we did out of order. So, okay, let me click on the outro notes and read through them here to satisfy producer A and Khaleesi over here. Okay, outro notes. Here we go, folks. Our next live stream will be Wednesday, the 27th at our normal Wednesday time, and a multi-stream which will be on the 28th at 9 p.m., where we will be streaming across TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and check it out. You can find the latest Dusty Thunder podcast episodes from Candy, Tony, Caden, Miles, Jesse, Shane, and myself. We want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. None of this would be possible without you, and we can't thank you enough. VIP Live is coming up in about 10 to 15 minutes, where we'll spin the Wheel of Thunder during the live. See you all next time, and Merry Christmas.
You can go ahead and press the Ask on 3 button for yourself.
Oh, I just got assigned Ask on 3 by Candy Thunder. in all seriousness, thank you guys so much for all the support and all the love. And we will have the VIP coming up in 10 to 15. And big love to everyone involved with this live, including you guys. This would not happen without you. And that interview that we did earlier today talking about Mission Protect the Cake, but also the Dusty Thunder Project and Stormcloud Marketing really focused on our community and how special and different that is for us versus other content creators. I think the community that we have is just freaking incredible. Candy Thunder's laughing her ass off right now, so somebody must have said something really freaking funny.
It's the Dusty and the AFCON 3 emojis.
Yeah. Hey, I'll accept it. I'm always there. But you got to get a little voiceover performance there too. You know. No? Okay.
That's when he has to play a passive aggressive.
Yeah, there you go. Now we get the Dancing Santa. We'll get that as our outro here. Greatly appreciate it. How do you get on the other live, the VIP live? So members of the Storm will get a notification that we're live for VIPs here in about 10 to 15 minutes. If you don't get that here in 10 to 15 minutes, you might go to my profile and just refresh it periodically to see if we've gone live. Sometimes the notifications don't go out. Golly, an old Model T4. That's amazing. That's cool. So we're going to do that here soon. If you're talking about the multi-stream next Thursday, you'll get a notification whenever we go live there too. Or you can actually go to dusty-thunder.com. In the menu, the nav menu, there is a page for subscribing to SMS notifications. So if you want to get a text message whenever I go live to know that I'm going live, then you can sign up for it right there. It is international. So you would get a text whenever I'm going live, regardless of where you are. So that will be fun. Is this confetti the special Dusty Petty confetti for Dusty? Yeah, this is when Dusty has been an asshole confetti, which should really just be on all the time. Let's be honest. Oh gosh. All right. Thanks again, guys. We'll be able to see you here shortly on the VIP Pam K Discord. Yes. So Miles has been manning the Discord side of things. I need to get Miles to be a mod or an admin for our side on the creator community over there too. We need to work on that. We will see you all in the VIP group here shortly. Everybody else, we'll see you next week. Have a wonderful, wonderful holiday and Merry Christmas. Hope you guys have a fantastic time and you're able to chill and spend some quality time with family. Or if your family's a bunch of assholes, alone, without anybody bothering you. Real quick, some thanks as we go out the door here. Elise Newman, Books, Coffee, Tea, Kara, Smiley Abix, Andrea Gaynor, subscribed for the first time. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam. Kat Renner Leadham, Candy Thunder sending some chacos over. Thanks, Tater. Pam K, Brooke, Pam K with more, Kat Renner Leadham, Christina Fish, Lisa Sparks, Andrea Gaynor again, Godzuki, Animal with the hot chocos there too, Brannigan Minardi, Lady Stormfly, Hannah Lewis, Christine Fish, Ms. Fiery, Repik, Tracy Walker, Stephine, Lacey Lex, Animal, Stephine again, Christina Fish, Lauren B, Fell, Hermit Fairy, Mama Beck, Airboat, Donna D. Thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate all the love, and we'll see you on VIP here soon. Nikki Frizzell, if you subscribe now, you'll get a TikTok notification for the live, for the VIP live that's getting ready to come up. All right, we'll see you here soon.